undies are orange, though. I'll pass, guys. I'll pass on that. Alright, so now we only have 20 seconds left for our Miramar match. Alright, look at this. Hopefully I fixed the sound delay. Mohammed said that there's a slight one. Hopefully that's all fixed. If it's not, let me know and we can try it again, because YouTube is glitching for me tonight. We're coming up from the southern farms of Las Leon, going over across the top of the Chumacera church area, straight on through Monte Nuevo, just that western edge of El Pozo, and dumping off in that western wasteland just to the south of the trailer park, northwest of El Pozo. So once again, if we have any AFKs, we're going to have some chicken nuggies. So let's go. And Region 8 Gaming off the plane already. I do see the Infinity Reapers. I see the ex-prisoners. It looks like Region 8 should be going down pretty quiet. Look at this. They're headed down to Partona. So let me check in on the rest of this, see what's going to happen. Boba lovers are headed over to Puerto Paricio with Urza Esports, so we might have a fight going on over there. Look at the weather front going across the top of Leones, though. We got the Infinity Reapers, the Chosen. Let's see which team this is. 19, New Star right there in the central Leones area. Not too far away from Equinox Zero. Straight out of Nepal. Spence already grabbing one of those cars, getting on out of there. But he's going to have to drive right on through the four Ronins. And almost there. Look at this huge split. Not too far away from the rest of them. From straight out of Nepal. And Spence gets found by a Brill right on over here with the Vector. How OP, how you doing? Alright, so we got some chaos going on over here in Leones. We got a lot of teams right on over here trying to head on over to the Impala. Rennie Mitch with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Rennie. Thank you, Rennie. Thank you, OP Rennie. Alright, so we did get two Bob up to 2 eliminations for the Golden Eagles NA. They are right over here with Team 10. Team 10 up on that hilltop. Let me see you, JD. What you doing over here? JD does not have a vest, guys. He is playing for the Academy. We did lose Zoom. I'm sorry. And Zoran. Ooh, there goes 22. And so Shu Young finds Zoran. So now we're down to just JD. JD now getting pulled up on by 3 of them from the Golden Eagles NA. And now he's trying to come right up and in. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Felis Maneki Season 2 Finals. Today, we will crown a champion, a $300 event. The prize pool, there are UC giveaways. Shout out to Felis, the incredibly gorgeous Phoebe and the staff over at Felis for sponsoring tonight's UC giveaway. All you gotta do is type in Maneki Nico in the chat. Like, subscribe, get your screenshots over to their Discord server. I have it pinned at the top. But let's get through these teams. These are some top tier skill teams in here. In slot 3 are our own Vatic BMSL. Let's go. Slot 4 are Silent Esports. Slot 5 are the Golden Eagles NA. Slot 6 X Extreme Slayers. Slot 7. Team Control. 8. We have Team Entity. 9. J Nepal. 10. Alpha. 4. Legend. 11. Upgrade. 12. Region 8 Gaming. 13. Forsaken. 14. Not So Good Games. Ugh, that's me lately. 15. Y K G. 16. Almost there. 17. Wolves Esports. Ooh, was just getting hotter. 18. Urza Esports. 19. Fearless 4. 20. Straight Outta Nepal. 21. Rest in Peace Department. 22. XC. 23. 7. Deadly Sins. Oh my God, it's Vishal in my chat. Hello, Vishal. Hello, Booja Cute. Hello, everyone. Hello, Orange here. I am not kidding, guys. I expect the teams that go to PMSL will be in this chat. I see at least 3 or 4 teams right off the top of my head that have already been there. And I also have high expectations that NA will get to PMWC this year. I have all the hope in the world. Most of these teams are even in the top 15, moving on to the next round of PMNC. That's how hot tonight's finals are. So we have got a lot of fights tonight to cover, guys. We have 5 matches. It says that we're going to Erangel. On my slip, we were supposed to go Miramar, Erangel, Miramar, Rondo, and then back to Erangel. So I'm not exactly sure what the maps rotations will be tonight. If this is a mistake or if they've decided to change it, I honestly don't know. I am here with you guys. We are just sitting in our seats, our comfy seats. Maneki Nico. There goes Spidey. There goes. All right, so I just saw him push start. We are missing a couple of players, but we are headed to the plane. Let's see what happens and where we're going to go. You know it's going to be fast and furious. Whew. All that just before this started. Welcome in, everyone. Grab your popcorn and your sweaty towels because we are about to watch something absolutely incredible. Santa Claus is already right here on my screen. I'm going to go ahead and jump with him. You guys know it's something that I've done for years, and I don't plan to change it. I just don't plan on it. Alright, so let me get everything together. I think we are ready. 5 matches tonight, guys. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat who you expect. XP3, I love you. Who you expect to take home the money tonight, guys? Tell me. Alright, let's get that map screen up there. Here we go, guys. Our first flight path. We're coming in from the southern side of Novo Crates. We're going up along that eastern bridge, over the top of the farm, the school, Rozhok, and straight out that western edge of Severny. Here we go. And, of course, we are jumping with Vatiklaus. XP3 making his appearance. Burnt Penguin already in the chat shouting out for Alpha 4 Legend. Unfortunately, we are already in the plane, but I will keep an eye on Alpha 4 Legend for you. You know this already, Burnt Penguin. Welcome to the stream and thank you again for your support. Alright, let's get into this. Let's see where all these teams are jumping. I do see a team already headed down to military base, the Golden Eagles NA, along with towards that northern shore of Military Island, our Exceed. Now, we also have J Nepal landing and straight out of Nepal in Milta, so we might have an early fight. We also have... let's see, Team 13, which are the Forsaken, right here on, uh-oh, Russian, you're in trouble. I see that they are chasing you down. Russian may be in, oh, he got that vehicle, and I think he's going to be able to get on out of there, get back over to his team. We also have a cluster over here by the prison, which is unusual. Let's see, we've got the 7 deadly sins over here by Upgrade and Control. So we got some chaos going on over there. Oh, Havoc. Havoc was shot out of the sky, and I missed who it was that got him, but let's see if we can catch in on what's going on. We do have that fight that's going on over in, oh no, we do have a fight that's going on over in it looks like Two Gurus gonna come on up. Oh no, here comes Baby Tang. Baby Tang may be able to get Havoc Woe picked back up, so we might have a chance. And our first zone is already popped, and we are headed over towards that Gakka Center. So now let me go ahead and let's get a couple of these fights in on here, find out what is happening. We already lost one over in Milta for J Nepal. We did get Wolf. Wolf was able to get that elimination. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do a side-by-side over here because we do have some issues going on. So now let's see, where did I just hear those shots? Looks like everybody's pulled away over on this side, but we do have a lot going on. Here we go, Burnt Penguin. We are just a trio over here for Alpha 4 Legends. We got Bones already knocked, Mr. Bonesker, and it does look like Boone is trying to, oh, he's got 11 from almost there right across, and the Rest in Peace department over towards his eastern side. You can see that we're going to be able to cover him. Boone is in position to watch 11, and Boone also, oh, 11 came right on out in front of that. So, looks like straight out Nepal, still hunting down J Nepal over here. Looks like they're going to do a 1v2 onto J Nepal in this building. I'm not sure which one's upstairs. I would switch on over, but we'll stick with Wolf. He already does have an elimination. Let's see what's happening when he comes on in. Oh, right into that Molly. Alright, guys, let's check in on the rest of this. We've got a couple of teams up here in Severny as well. We do have the Fearless 4. This is their normal drop spot. But we also have a Region 8 over here. I'm not sure who this is, but to me it kind of looks like Asis. A-S-I-S, so that's what his name will be for the rest of the night, unless you guys know who this is. Maneki Majors, hello Jeff, hello Extreme Slayer Jeff. Alright, so now let's see what else is happening. It does look to me like Region 8 maybe trying to get on out of there. Alright, so now let's see what's going on with Extreme Slayer 4 Jaff right on down here. And we do have Freds over here next to the Extreme Slayers, but all 4 of them for the Extreme Slayers are doing just fine. Looks like we got Russian trying to get those shots over onto the Extreme Slayer. Alright, so Wolf is up to 2 eliminations, and now I do believe that we're down to just a duo over here. So now let's see what Stewart is doing. They're still over here here just looting up, and I don't think his teammate is all that excited. He does have KC across on that rooftop over on the other side. I think he's getting ready to take the shot. But here you go, Jeff. There they are, the Extreme Slayers. Love them. Alright, so now let's see. We've got Vatic all the way up here in the Stauber area. They're or YKG, I'm sorry guys. YKG up in the Stauber area. They're just getting some loot. They're doing just fine. We also have the fight for Alpha 4 Legend. Almost there has already left. Yaznaya. I'm liking that they decided to go ahead and get to zone first, but we do have a trio coming into this tonight. But don't forget, we do have 5 teams, or 5 matches. So there we go. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, how has been knocked up here, and so now we're down to just a trio over in here for the Fearless 4, but they are alone now in Severny. They should be just fine to get everybody picked back up. I think the Rest in Peace department, it looks like they're going up and around the dinosaur heads, so they're going to be getting out of there. But we do have Fate coming down. Fate may run into one of these teams as they are getting ready to go ahead and rotate out. Well, let me go ahead, and we still have this fight over here. Jay Nepal is down to just a solo now, so I'm going to go ahead and switch on over. Wolf has been knocked, and there it goes. Let me go ahead and put this map up here, give you guys the map screen. There you go, and we are down to a minute 14 left of zone 1, so unless another fight breaks out, we'll go ahead and watch that zone. We do have a couple of teams not too far away from that Pachinki area. We do have the Wolves over here in Gaka, not too far away from the Golden Eagles NA. And we have Team Entity also coming into Gaka. Very, very close to the Wolves. And so now, let's see, where were the Wolves? Baton. The big old shark just swimming out here in the Gaka fields. You know, it's about ready to go down. Alright guys, let's see what else is happening. We still have Vatic in that. I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to the iPad so that we can watch what's going on the main screen. I see a bunch of chaos though that's going on over towards that Pachinki area. So let's get on over here really quick. And other than the airdrop, let me see if I can find somebody. The Silents are coming right out and into 2 other teams. I saw the Extreme Slayers and almost there. So I'll go ahead and put that back up on the screen, guys. You saw that our main circle for our zone 2, we are still kind of around that Gakas Fields area. We did go down a little bit to the south. We do have that West Bridge still in play, but I feel like we're going to be up and around that Gaka area, so we'll keep an eye on our map. But for now, let's see what's going on. The Silents are on the north side of Pachinki over here, but we do have the Extreme Slayers not too far away from almost there. You can see CY, not sure what to call him, but CY in the hovercraft coming up right behind almost there. He's watching the rotation of almost there as almost there goes out towards these Gaka fields. Feel like everybody knows that we're headed over towards this direction. I'm not thinking I'm the only one feeling it. Alright, so now let's see what is going on with the Wolves, because the Wolves are over here in the middle of all this chaos, and we did just get, Baton finding almost there. Wiz, but we've got so many players. 90Z coming next, stuck in traffic. No, Burt Penguin. Alright, Team Entity coming right up and then along that edge, headed over towards where almost there just got knocked by the Wolves. Almost there have moved on out, but we are down a player as you saw, Baton was able to finish that off. We also have not so good games coming up on the other side of Team Entity. Hello, Ghosty! Ghosty, we pin man 2. Let's see. M-A-N-E-K. Maneki. Don't forget to get your screenshots over there. Ghosty, please get that over there for me. Alright, so now let's see what else is going on, guys. Let's go ahead and check in on our map. And we do have the Extreme Slayers still close to almost there. Almost there. Went all the way up and around to that compound, the farm, just to the western edge of the slaughterhouse, just downhill. So now we have YKG coming in through the Vatic, through that Vatic route. So I'm wondering if they're coming right on through. Let me check in on Claus as he goes right up and in next to the Silence. You can see that the Silence are right here as well. So maybe trying to figure out what's going on. It looks like the Silence are right up there on top of the church. I also see Alpha 4 Legend out there on that golf course. Got another bunch of chaos right on over here. Let's see what's going on. It looks like Team Entity and the Wolves are now getting into a fight. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Wolves up on over here because we do have the Wolves right on over here in the fight with Team Entity. So I'm going to go ahead and do this side by side. Let's try to catch some of these fights that are happening because we are crushing them in on these rotations. You can see not too far away from Team 13, the Forsaken Freds, we do have Gunda right up on this hill, not too far away from him. It looks like Gunda has been pulled. We're over here at that Lighthouse Ridgeline, so not too many teams down here in this area, but the Fearless 4 have come out of Severny. Howa, you walked right up and in onto Alpha 4 Legend, almost there. What other teams are over here? We've got Vatic over here. So, Howa from the Fearless 4 on your screen on that left side. He also had several teams right there as he came pulling on in. Let's see. So it does look like we've got Alpha 4 Legend out scouting the southern side of these Gatka fields. And they were about to come up on that West Gas Station compound across the way that's already occupied by the Golden Eagles NA. The Golden Eagles NA are taking up the gas station and the farm to the north side of it. So I think right now is a good time to put that screen back up. Let me go ahead and scroll on out. There you go, because our zone's getting ready to pop. We have 5 seconds until zone number 3. So here we go, and we are headed now. Oh, we're headed down to the gas station, so that's a little more interesting. I still feel like this next zone will pop to the north, but we'll see if we're going to keep that gas station area and the river, because you know PUBG really likes to crush them in. We're down about 20% of landmass from that river, so we'll have to see what's going to happen next. Alpha 4 Legend, the trio still in this, but we still have 18 out of 20 teams in here. So let me check in on what's happening with the not so good games, and we'll just go ahead and check in on these rotations. If we start getting into some of these fights, then I'll go ahead and do the second screen, the side by side. But at the moment, they're all respecting the space, and they're all using these rotations really nicely to stay away from each other. They want to stay in their moving vehicles and keep their moving vehicles moving. So I don't have a problem with that. It does look like we got a fight right on over here between YKG and Exceed. I'm going to go ahead and put that over on here. And let's see what other fight I saw. We do have the Wolves that are getting pushed up on right on this side, as the Extreme Slayers come up and around necessary, trying to get some of them. And it does look like Fred's was able to get a knock, but the 7 deadly sins were able to get Fred at the same time, and Fred's is able to get... Ooh, there's a big fight going on. Let's see if I can find where the 7 deadly sins are in this fight. Let's see. I think we're right over here. Was that it? I don't see the 7 deadly sins at the moment, and maybe Fred's was able to get that elimination, but I don't see enough players elimination, so let's go. Let me see what's happening. We still have Vatic way up at the school. That's kind of interesting. They're still out in the blue zone in the stage 3, so they obviously don't have to come down at this moment. But I do see Exceed coming right up and into that western edge of Ferry Pier. And Wales is about ready to run right into the Rest in Peace department. I'll go ahead and keep it like this for just a second so you guys can see that our teams are really crushed in on each other. So let's, as soon as we get another fight going on, I can switch on over for you. But I feel like we're about ready to have a bunch of chaos right over here. We do have YKG, the Wolves going by in the rotation. Extreme Slayers, Phoebe with the super chat. Felis, second tournament finals with green. Thank you so much. Thank you, Phoebe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate your support. All right, W in the chat for Phoebe, please. All right, Twisted right across the way. Let me check in on what Twisted is keeping an eye on. And he does get an elimination. And I did miss who the elimination was on. But as you can see, we still have the fight over on the right-hand side between YKG. And now we also have Team 17, the Wolves Esports, out in the field. So they separated out, coming out and around. Trick was able to run over Extreme Slayers. So there's a lot of chaos. We're still headed down towards this gas station 12-pack area. So as usual, we do have that water, that bridge gas station in this final zone. Let me go ahead and put the zone back up. Let me go ahead and put that up there. As here we come right up and in. I'm sorry, Twisted from the Rest in Peace department was able to get another elimination, so I did miss that, and I believe that was over onto Exceed. Exceed is down to just Wales back over onto this corner, but Wales in this hovercraft is going to be able to just get on over and get on out of there. So now we are really crushing everybody in. The Wolves taking down Upgrade right on over here. Baton has been knocked. The Wolves are up to 5 eliminations, and I no longer see any of the Upgrade up in that northwest side of this chaos. We do have a fight down here with the Fearless 4. Let's see what's happening with the Fearless 4, and almost there at the 12-pack. You can also see that Straight Out in the Paw are right up in here as well. And Magar coming right on through, right into KC. KC had that locked down, and now here we are. Alpha 4 Legend in the northern side of the western bridge, right behind the gas station. We've got the barn and Bones, and the rest of Alpha 4 Legend has all sorts of neighbors coming up and around. They've got the Golden Eagles NA. Look in the upper right-hand corner. We've got the Wolves. The Wolves are coming right up and in. YKG coming right up and in. They're all pushing right on in. We got YKG Trick trying to finish off the Wolves, and our zone is getting ready to pop, and we pulled away to the north side now of the 12-pack. So we're coming out into that wide open space with all the trees behind the gas station downhill. So now here they come right up and in. Let's go ahead and follow. Not so good games as they're coming right up and in onto the gas station. Got Bones over here trying to get those shots up the hill onto YKG. YKG right at the top. Trick was able to get that elimination, and now YKG coming in right over here onto the Golden Eagles. And hey, let me check in on the 24K. 24K coming up and around over, right into the spray of the Golden Eagles NA. And I think the Golden Eagles NA are down to just a solo now. It is Gio Money! Gio, the General. He's got so many teams right over here, right around him. He's got YKG right across the way. And he has a long way to go up that hill to go into the next zone. So now let's go. Let's check in on what else is happening. Scroll on in. Wales coming into that zone. We still have, let's see what's happening. We still have straight out of Nepal. There goes Trick. Trick goes down. So we got the Rest in Peace department. That's got to come right up and in. Right behind where the silence are. We have Alpha 4 Legend that is still holding down the barn over here behind the left gas station, right in front of Not So Good Games. We also have a YKG Ampedor up on this ridge line coming in through right behind the rest of them. We got the General coming right on in right behind Vatic or YKG are coming in. Where is YKG? We got Valak. What is Valak doing? It is down to just Fate over here. Fate is the last one still standing over here watching for the General to come right out and in. Hello, Milos. Milos in the chat. Hello. So now we still have a bunch of this chaos. We still have the General out in the blue. This is stage 6, so he's got to come all the way across right here in front of Fate. Fate is making sure that does not happen. We still have Claws. Claws with the mortar. And he gets a hit on the Rust in Peace department. So now we have caught Claws getting a knock off the hill onto the Rest in Peace department. And let's go. And I think there goes the Rest in Peace. He was able to get that elimination because almost there. Pushed right up and in. Now Fate coming right up and finding Gio. There goes the General. But now he's got to go. If you look at his health is really getting chewed up. He's got to get to the zone as he comes driving right on into the zone with only about 20 HP. And he was at 11. It was one of them from almost there, able to get that. Now we've got the same team. Let's get over here on the Wolf. Wolf is across the street. The zone may shift over to your right side, but on the left side is the left side of the street. We have 4 teams remaining. We still have 8 players in these 2 zones. Bones. What a nade. What a nade from Not So Good Kiddo. Not So Good Games. Kiddo with that nade caught right on screen. So now we are down to the top 3 teams. We do have straight out of Nepal. We got almost there. And as you can see, almost there does have to come right up and in. So here comes almost there. Kiddo rushing in and across that street. And we do have Wolf not too far away. Also keeping an eye on what is going on, Kiddo. He does find a little bit of damage onto Wolf, but Wolf is still in this as here comes the killer coming right up and in, trying to get those shots down onto Wolf. We have 11 working his way into the zone. So now each team trying to come in at a triangle, and Killer right through all that chaos is able to find the player from almost there. So 11 straight out of Nepal. Wolf, oh, I thought he was going out. I thought Wolf was going to deny the point. And so now Wolf is the last one. And there it goes, tonight's first match of the Felis Maneki Season 2 Finals. Not so good games coming in first with 7 eliminations. Coming in second straight out of Nepal with 8 eliminations. Almost there. Coming in third with 6 eliminations. GG top 3. What a bunch of chaos going into that final zone. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, 19, and 20. Going all out. Vedic Claws. 5 eliminations, 901 damage. So, for the match number 2, we will be jumping with Vedic Claws. We will have some scores for you. And don't forget to get your screenshot of Maneki. Get it over to the Felis Discord. Be right back. And with that, Uzi is able to find Shu Young, but the Who with the 686. Bob coming in and taking him down and out. Bob with that 3-piece. Bob, I am so sorry that I did not switch that over for you, but GG's Bob. Rennie, Mitch, OPOP. Thank you, Rennie, Mitch. Alright, so now let's go. Thank you. Let's go back and check in on what else is happening. I know that you guys like those early maps, so I don't think Bob's going to be too mad at me over that. So we'll try to pretend like that didn't happen. Let's check in on Sam Mars. Sam Mars coming right up and in over here onto the Infinity Reapers. The Infinity Reapers straight across. Vamonos, Fearless 4. Oh, not so harsh to him, Mohammed. Just let him know. One's enough. I caught it, but don't be. Just 10 seconds, Mohammed. He's excited. Fearless 4. All right. Let's head on over to the Fearless 4, see if we can figure out where they are. Are they in his team 17? Fearless 4 all the way up here. Here we go. Hawa, are you in here? Let me check. Don't spam or you'll get timed out. Mohammed on the job. Hawa, where are you? Hawa. Who is Loves 3? Are you not able to play tonight, Hawa? Alright, let's go. Let's see what's going on over here with the 4 Ronins. Luca right on down here. Hawa, I will keep an eye on you, on your team, so let's go. Not too far away from Urza Esports, so Our zone is starting to close, but they still have 3 minutes to loot in that first zone. And let me scroll that in just a little bit, get a little bit lined up for you. And I'll go ahead and swap it back on over to the map screen, give you guys a better view of where your teams may be. And give me the shout out who you want to check in on. And now we are starting to take those shots over at the ex-prisoner. Nice parking job right there. Let's see what's going on. Secret, I don't think you're too much of a secret over here. I think they might have found you up on the hilltop. So let's go ahead and move that on over just a little bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we do have the, looks like the Admirals, right, or Abril. I thought it said Admiral. Abril, right on over here. Pew pew! I love that name. Pew pew. Alright, so let's go. It looks like we're going to go ahead and move on out. Luca is still paying attention to him. He's right above him. But the boba lovers may have some issues. Hello, Calicar. Hello. And let's check in on Wanted. It looks like we're all gonna just come on in for some chips, dip, and some sodas. Get some gasoline. Alright, let's go, guys. Let's see what else is happening. We still got always on top over here in Picado. Picado very quiet. The Golden Eagles still taking over Chumasera. But I do see the Chosen over not too far away from the Golden Eagles NA. Looks like, look at this, Region 8 taking over the entire prison island. They got nothing to worry about, especially now with all these new bridges that have come along. Once upon a time, it wasn't quite so easy to get across to the mainland from it, but now it's pretty nice, I should say. Alright, guys, let's see what else is happening. We still have the Fearless 4 up in La Gaviria Crater Fields. You guys know I get high anxiety when you guys go down into those Crater Fields areas. You already know we got to be announced coming in. They can go into Monte Nuevo. They got this whole northern side at the moment, so to be announced. Oh, no issues. Boba Wanted. No, they might be able to get him picked back up, though, because here comes the rest of them. Calicars, you and Stativa. Oh, the mutant grape from above. So now the mutant grape trying to get that last shot. Falls down this edge, and he's got Merritt right above him. Calicar coming. Oh! And the mutant grape vortex with 2 eliminations over onto the Boba Lubbas. We're going to be able to get Zeus picked back up, and Lofsy did get an elimination too. Calicar, you're breaking my heart here. Alright, let's go on over here and see what's happening with, let's see, we got almost there, coming right up and in now. Butch Kaz! Hello, Butch Kaz, big fan. How have you been, Butch Kaz? How have you been? So we got 11 coming up and across, not too far from the 3 Ronins. This is the 4 Ronins, but I think they're still down to just a duo. And let's check in on Luca over here. Luca, look at this. Luca, oh. Hello everyone, and welcome back to match number 2 of the Felis Season 2 Maneki Finals. Make sure you get your screenshot over to the Maneki Discord and stay there for the unveiling of the secrets of Season 3. You guys are not going to want to miss this. But here you go, scores at the moment. Let me get that down a little bit so we can all see them. Coming in first with that winner chicken dinner. Not so good game. 17 total points straight out of Nepal with 14 and almost there 11 total points. There are your points after match number 1. Let's not forget, we do have 4 more matches tonight. We are headed into Miramar. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do the rotations of the maps now, because we were supposed to do Miramar, Erangel, Miramar, but we may do the classic rotations of Erangel, Miramar, Rodan. Oh, Rondo, Miramar, and then back to Erangel. So that's my thought on what's possible tonight. We'll have to wait and see. Let me go ahead and put those scores back up there. Just wanted to let you know that we have not started yet. We are on hard start, but we do have several teams coming in, and we are missing Team 18 at the moment. So we gotta wait for Esports to get on into the seats. But there you go. Let me just check in on this really quickly. Let's see if Esports has come in, because they are still missing. Hopefully they don't miss match number 2, but that may be what we're waiting for. I see the Fearless 4 and Extreme Slayers up in slot 1 and 2, so I'll go ahead and put those scores back up there just for us. Let me make sure my sounds are working. Sometimes when I leave the scores up too much, it messes with my screen. I think maybe because the scores are over the top. That I'm not exactly sure, guys. I am not exactly sure, but I want to make sure that we don't lose any of our sounds and we don't have any sound delays. So we're on start. They're saying we're starting, and it does look like we're starting without a couple of players. We're missing one out of the Extreme Slayers. We're missing one out of the Forsaken right here, and all of Esports. But we are headed now into match number 2, and we will be jumping with Vaticlaws, 5 eliminations, 901 damage. So Claus was the last match top fragger. So we will be jumping in with him. Alright, let me find Claus one more time. Salty on the screen. Salty must have the best ping. We all know that Claus has ping issues. But when he gets to stay in the match, he can do what needs to be done. Alright. So where are you, XP3? I want to see him make an appearance again. Alright, let me see, what am I missing? Ping is okay. Alright, so we're all good. Here we go. You guys ready? I haven't seen anybody really tell me yet who they think are going to be winning this whole thing. Milos, hello. And let's go. What do you think, Burn Penguin? Did you get 9 to Z in here? I forgot to check. Let's get that map screen up there so we can all see this very southern flight path. We're coming in from those Impala Islands, skimming right across that northern edge of Leones, Chumacera, and Ladrilla, going all the way across to the wall. So we are very far south. We're probably going to be seeing some fights along the way, getting those vehicles to get into their drop location. Plus, we'll probably pull over towards, like, you know, El Pozo or something that's really far up there for Center Zone. Yeah, I've noticed that quite a bit lately. Alright, so let me check in on my map and see what's going on over in the Impala area. We do have straight on Impala taking over Impala. We got the Extreme Slayers going up that east coast, getting those vehicles headed most likely into El Azahar. Team Control headed towards the truck stop, almost there, taking over this entire area of eastern Leones up in those hills. Let's see, we've got the Forsaken headed down to the hills of Puerto Paricio. Exceed, nobody going to Leones, but we do have a lot of chaos headed down towards this Partona Bridge area. We've got Region 8 Alpha 4 Legend and a YKG. They are all right on top of each other right down in here. Look at this. Alpha 4 Legend. Let's see. DYZZ is right there with all of... Oh, no. There goes one. So now Alpha 4 Legends are down to just a solo. Vatic taking them out. Bones was taken out of the match already. And look at our first zone. Our first zone, even 20% of the zone goes off the edge of the map. And Valak over here, and I think I've said Vatic twice now instead of Valak, but 24K has gotten 2 eliminations over onto Alpha 4 Legends. So now, I'm sorry, Burnt Penguin, I'm sorry about that. Let's get on over here and check in on what is going on for the Rust in Peace department right across from. Let's check in on Not So Good Games, and we're going to switch on over to, let's see what, I'm going to go ahead since I do have Burnt Penguin in here. We're going to switch on over to Alpha 4 Legend. Let's check in on 90Z. And let me get the side-by-side set up. There you go. So now we do have over on your left side, we're in Villa Del Mar with the fight between Not So Good Games and the Rust in Peace department. You can see right out through Kiddo's window that we do have them all around each other. I do hear some sticky bombs going off. 90Z is, oh, he is disconnected. So Dizzy right here, he is the last one still standing for Alpha 4 Legend. Burnt Penguin, send him some of your best luck because he is getting hunted over here by now Region 8 Gaming. So now let me go ahead and find out what else is happening on this map. It looks like it looks like Almost There is coming right on down. They've gone ahead and rotated down towards the Exceed area. So we're going to keep an eye on these two. We still have almost 4.5 minutes of stage 1. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on the rotation and the map together. But for this moment, it's very quiet other than these two that may start fighting. Like I said, we do have Exceed right on over here. On your right-hand side, where Almost There is rotating right on past him. And Region 8 Gaming just found Dizzy from Alpha 4 Legend. Burnt Penguin, 90Z is the last one remaining for Alpha 4 Legend. So make sure you get him in that game. The last I checked on him, he was AFK. So now let me go over and check in on what Blinky is doing. He's up on the bridge, and Killer trying to get the nades right up and in onto, I think that said Zaza Noob right up on top. Oh, Not So Good Games. So they are fighting over here in Impala, or in Villa Del Mar. Alright, so Almost There. Wolf coming right up and in. I'm going to go ahead, I think. Oh, no. Fate is right on down here, and he is driving right up and through the center of Region 8 Gaming, and not too far away from 90Z, the AFK of Alpha 4 Legend. And Fate gets knocked right on out of that and thirsted. So now let's go ahead and find out what the rest of YKG are going to be able to do against Region 8 Gaming. So there goes one of them over here on your left-hand side from Not So Good Games. Not So Good Games, we did lose Lux, and now you can see from this bridge perspective that Not So Good Games are starting to get a little surrounded by the Rest in Peace department. You can see Killer is getting sandwiched over here. He does have aimbot across the street. Plus, he also has the other one coming right up and behind him. And now the Golden Eagles NA are also in a fight. Looks like it is a big fight over in here. Where did I just see that fight? Wolves over here also in a fight. Oh, I found them. So now let's just go up into this north side. Where did I see that? Oh, is that it? Did I miss it all? I did. I do think I missed it. Oh, no. Right when I got off of that. So, no, the Golden Eagles NA, Not So Good Kiddo. I'm sorry that I missed that. I switched over right when you got that elimination. At least we were able to get the elimination over here, or the knock over onto Twisted. I'm sorry, kiddo. I did not expect you to start taking those shots, and now we are down to just a duo for the Rest in Peace department. Aimbot does have Blinky up there on that ridge line, but the duo from Rest in Peace are now getting squeezed in by the Not So Good Games. So now let's see what's going on over here. LMN Tricks is trying to get on through. And we also have a fight over here between this Silence and Team Entities. Team Entity are coming right up in. Oh, the Silence are now down to just Abaddor and Nightcroy. The duo over here from the Silence and Abaddor with that nade right up and over, trying to get the nade onto Team Entity. So our fights have now started to go off around this map, and here comes the rest of Team Entity pushing right up and in onto the duo over here, and Entity gets knocked by Nightcroy. So now let's see what's going on with Nightcroy over on this side. Nightcroy throwing those nades right on down, and he does get Nexus OP gets a knock over onto one of them. Nightcrawler is still coming out and around with more nades as Team Entity are pushing right up and in. Nexus OP up to 2 eliminations. So now here they come, still pushing in on the Silence. The Silence are still holding down these Grays. Abaddor and Nightcroy, one of them down to about 5 HP. Abaddor down to about 5 HP. So not so good taken over via Del Mar, but we do have Vatic not too far away to that northern side. So Not So Good Games is going to have some issues coming right out and in. So let's see what else is happening. It looks like straight out of Nepal coming right up and in onto almost there, not too far away as well. Entity, we did lose hope. We lost hope, but now we do have a full 4 eliminations over here for Team Entity, taking out the Silence. So let me go ahead and put this map up here, give you guys an idea where your teams are. There's really nobody you can't see on that screen, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the screen like that for just a minute while we go ahead and watch what may happen over here between Almost There. We got Almost There Wolf not too far away from straight out of Nepal Wolves. We got the 2 wolf packs right on top of each other. Alright, so as you can see in that upper right hand corner there, over here in this western industrial edge of Leones. So we're down here in all the barns and all the little factories right across the street from each other. So we do have that southern side right on down in this area. So now let's see, am I missing any of the other fights going on? At the moment it's looking pretty good. We do have Team Control coming in from that northeast side of Leones. We've got the Extreme Slayers Winter just about ready to come on into that zone. The Wolves are now coming in from that northwest side. Jay Nepal coming in from the west. We still have the Fearless Four way up towards that western El Pozo area, so they need to come on in. We do have Region 8 down in that Partona area, so Region 8 does have a couple of these bridges that they can come across, but we also have YKG and Not So Good Games right on over here, keeping an eye on the bridges that Region 8 are going to need to get across. Kind of interesting to see how Region 8 manages to come on down and back into the zone. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom on in. We do still have a minute 41 and only one team still outside in the blues. So here comes Region 8 driving right up and in, right behind Not So Good Games. Not So Good Games coming out of Via Del Mar. And now they are driving Region 8. Oh, 24K. We drove right over into 24K scope. So now Region 8 down a player. And you can see that we do have Valak already out, getting ready to move right up and in. Valak is right on the other side. And look at 24K. 24K just taking them down and out. And there goes Region 8. I do believe that is the final player for Region 8. Is that one more across the way? Yes, we still have Home Depot. Home Depot just barely getting out of there. So we still have Region 8 in here. But now the Wolves are also in a fight. Let's see where... Oh, LMNX. LMN Tricks. There we go. Right over here with Entity. Team Entity. Our zone's getting ready to switch. So let me put that map screen back up there, so you guys get an idea where everyone is. You can see that we do have the team coming in, like I told you a little while ago. We had the Fearless Four wrapping around that far western edge of El Pozo, but here they come right up and in. We do have Element. Oh, Entity. We got ASOP right upstairs with those nades coming right in on top of them. And I think that might have been necessary that got that elimination. So now let's go. We are in stage 3 now. You can see that our new zone did pop. It's kind of a donut zone, but we're going to that west or the eastern edge of Chumacera, over towards those western industrial buildings where we had straight out of Nepal, with almost there already in those buildings. So we'll have to see what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and see what happens with straight out of Nepal coming right up and in to this new zone, because their zone was across the street and down the road. So now here they come right up and in onto Exceed. We still have Alpha 4 Legend in this zone. He is a solo, so I'm going to try to stay off of him for just a minute. Hopefully, Bird Penguin, I hope he is back in the match. But you guys are still gaining some points. It looks like Demon's going to come right up and in onto Vatic. Vatic is right up the hill, and he does get found by Claus. Claus finding Trick across the way. Claus was the top fragger. Let's switch back on over to him. He found Trick down in the grays. Trick right there in front of him. Let's see what's going on with XP3. XP3 also watching us. Here comes Valak right up and around for YKG to try to get Trick picked back up. I think Valak might be okay as long as he knows that his head is way exposed. Yes, he does. And we have a wall of Vatic right above Valak. Alright, so now let me go ahead and check in on the iPad while you guys watch this chaos going on. At the moment, I don't see anybody in an active fight. You can see that the elimination feed is kind of quiet. But we have most of these teams down here in this lower southern side. So you can see Valak coming right up and along that ridge line, trying to stay away from Vatik. Vatik. Alright, let's see what's going on with Not So Good Games right across the other side, because Not So Good Games came right up and in. So now the killer is a solo and drove right up and in onto Exceed. So we still have Straight on Nepal just to the south of YKG. And just to the west, we have Vatik by Valik. Valak. Oh my goodness. So Valak going around in circles, because no matter which way he goes, these dips are not going to give him a whole lot of coverage. And as you can see, Vatik are taking the shots over onto Valik. But we also have across the way the Wolves and Region 8 Gaming. Valak coming right on down and in. 24K though. 24K is up to 5 eliminations, and he is also coming up to check in on Vatik right across the way. We're gonna stay here. 24K, letting them know that they're there, and here we go. Our next zone, we are still headed over to these hills, kind of just to this western or this eastern side. No, 24K, Home Depot from Region 8 Gaming, getting him right out of that buggy. So now let's see what else we can find right on over here. Yeah, let's see what Trick is doing while I go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit. You can see that we still have a lot of chaos down at the southern side of this zone. Let me go ahead and scroll it on over. We'll stay like this for just a second. Give you guys an idea of all the chaos that is happening. We got to crush all of these players into this zone. We've got a lot of dips. We've got a lot of places for these teams to really hunker down, but there are a lot of teams coming right up and in, right behind each other. We got Rajiv right here trying to get those nades right up and over. Ooh, but Valak was able to get that nade right up and over. Valak with that nade knows that he was getting pushed up and in, and now Valak is trying to get those shots across the way over onto the Golden Eagles. And the Golden Eagles also have to come out of that. Valak is just at the very southern edge of this new zone. So any of those players that you can see coming in from the south, they are all outside the zone. And look at this, they're pushing right up and in on. We're about ready to have the fight between Team 13, the Forsaken. The Forsaken right on over here. Let me see what we can find over here. And that's YKG. I couldn't switch over onto him fast enough. So now, here they come right up and in with Team 7. Team 7. We've got over here. Let's go ahead and find the Falcon. The Falcon 4, team control, trying to get into this zone. And as I said, the southern side of this zone is completely, and Falcon goes out to the blue zone, trying to do that seat swap, trying to get one last elimination before making it into stage 5. So now over on the other side, we got Tryout, trying to push right up and in. We still have a duo for Team Control down to Solo as Control parks on top of the Nid Shack, baby. Alright, let's get that map right up back over here and find out what is happening. It looks like most of the zone now is starting to get controlled and dominated by the Wolves. The Wolves have taken over all the high ground, so They also have the Fearless Four across the street. Most likely the Fearless Four are going to have to figure out how to get across that street and up that hill. But those are the only two teams that are in the zone at the moment. The rest of these teams are still fighting their way into the next zone. Let's go ahead and do some side by side. Let's get off of the solo player and find out what's happening over here, as we also have the fight between our last match top fragger for Vatic in a fight with the Golden Eagles NA. So the Golden Eagles and Vatic both have to get into zones. So they do have Claws just went through that 556 Nat Storm, so you can hear him just bringing. And Golden Eagle tryout, just getting right up and in, and he's about ready to push right into the Wolves. The Wolves right there in center zone. And Luxury keeping an eye right on Vatic is trying to push right up and in, and as you can see on the screen for Claws, we still have all of the Wolves in the power position up the hill. Vatic trying to run in. I guess they've lost their vehicles, and Claws don't go out to the blue. No, last second for Claws. And Claws is still trying to push right up and in to the Fearless Four. And we also have the General. Look at this, the General trying to come up right behind the Wolves on the other side. So we do have the Golden Eagles NA trying to come up those hilltops right up and into the Wolves, and the Wolves are still in that power position at the top. We can see in the mini map up in the upper right hand corner that Necessary is still right there in that zone. Let's get on over to Necessary. We are down to the top three teams. Necessary trying to get those shots straight on down. We got the Golden Eagles NA coming up right behind the other side. And now the Wolves are getting pinched from the south by Vatic and the eastern side by the Golden Eagles NA. The Golden Eagles NA coming in as a troop. Vatic also across the street, but now Vatic has to come across that street and up the hill, right where we were just talking about the Fearless Four. And Vatic just getting out of Necessary's eyes. So let's see what's going on with Slonik. Slonik over here trying to throw those nades right up and over onto the Golden Eagles NA. Is the Golden Eagles NA still coming up on that other side? And now our map screen, we are so small. We are just centering on a tiny little dot. So we're coming in onto that donut zone with all these teams. These are major teams trying to come up this hill, trying to push right up and in onto each other. So now let me go ahead and we're down to just a duo over here. We've got X down to about 5 HP. Slonik going down. We're down to just Necessary. And LMX Tricks. I don't know why I keep adding that extra X in there, but Salty is up to 2 eliminations, getting those shots onto Necessary. Necessary, as you see, is 1 HP, and here they come. The rest of his team coming down to stop the push from Vatic coming up, but that gives their back wide open to the Golden Eagles. NA Salty is down to 5 HP, trying to hold them up. LMN Tricks down. Wolves are up to 16 elimination as the Golden Eagles NA now take over the zone. We are down to the final 2 teams. We do have the Wolves up to 16 eliminations and the Golden Eagles NA up to 12 eliminations. Oh no, Problem had 6 of those 12 eliminations, so let's check in on the general. All 3 of them now from Vatic from the Wolves back up onto their feet, and the trio now a duo for the Golden Eagles NA, and you can see that the general keeping track of where they are, just trying to throw those smokes, trying to keep the sight lines down off of them because they were in that zone. They were holding the zone. The Wolves are kind of, necessary. Is circling around. And he sees him. So now it's just down to try out against all 3 of them from the Wolves. And the Wolves coming in first with 19 eliminations, 10 placements. That is 29 total points for the Wolves for this one Miramar match. And we still have Rondo. We still have another Miramar and another Aragel match. So coming in second, we got 12 eliminations for the Golden Eagles and a Problem with 6 of those 12. And coming in third, Vatic with 5 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, 19 and 20. Going all out, the Wolves necessary. 6 eliminations, 1,188 damage. We'll be jumping with the Wolves when we come right back. I will have the scores. Make sure you get your screenshot of Maneki right over to the Felis Discord server, and I will be right back. Oh, you're in a bad spot, Luca. Bad spot. Luca now has all 3 of them on that ridgeline, taking those shots, and then we do have 11 right on top of them. The Chosen in a fight with the ex-prisoner. So the ex-prisoner, Vaseline, going down. Look at this. There goes Vaseline. Vaselina. Let me check in on 11. 11 throwing those nades right on down. And does not get that nade over onto Luca. The rest of the 4 running straight across, trying to get those sprays up and over. But look at that. 11 could see Pew right there. Abril, let me see what you are doing, Abril. So Abril, let me see. Oh, he is trying so hard to keep them from going on top of. Oh, 11 does not miss. So now the 4 Ronins down to just Pew. You got him coming up right behind you, and 11 again. 11 does not miss his shot. So 11 up to 2 eliminations and getting some of that loot. He's like, yes, please, thank you. So now we do have 3 teams right over here on top of each other. We got the Golden Eagles, we've got Socrates, and Control is over here as well. JPK, what are you thinking right now for Team Control? Because you do have Socrates coming right on up, and I think you guys were in that fight with, JPK says, I felt that just a little bit. I felt that. That's going to leave a scar. Let's see, Punjab, what are you doing over here for Socrates? You got 2 teams, 2 houses, 2 teams. Pick your house, and you got it. You got it. So now let me go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit on over here so you guys get a little better idea what's happening on your map, where your teams may be, because we still have 16 teams in this. Punjab throwing those nades right up and over, trying to get him into that house, and it does look like Scarlet and Knicks are downstairs in that backside. We still have the Golden Eagles and A right on over there as well. You know, Shoo, what you doing? Shoo's like, yeah, I'm keeping my head down. Bob is hot tonight. He's switched that 686 over to the S12K, and you know what? I think that's a good choice. All right, I hear some vehicles coming on out over here. Let's see, is this for team control over here? No, it is Socrates coming right up and Scarlet going down. JPK on the outside, but Nix is right here on these stairs waiting for Socrates to come right up and around. And let's see, the sound delay still is on. All right, as soon as this fight's over, I'll try it again. I can't do some of it because it is YouTube, but I will try to fix some of it as much as I can. We do have ooh, Nix is back up, JPK is down, so now here comes Scarlet. Oh, right up and in, Scarlet's able to get him right on over there, and Scarlet taking down Shu Young and trying to throw those nades, and there they come. But oh, that was harsh. That was harsh on the Golden Eagles and A. So now let me go ahead and put the iPad up there, guys. I'm going to try to get rid of the sound delay that you guys are telling me there is. So as soon as we get on into this, I will put us right back on over. L-E-G-O-P. Hello, L-E-G-O-P-O-P. L-E-G-O-P-O-P. And our zone is a donut zone, but we still have the river. Look at that. We are not going to go to Prison Island, obviously, but we do have a lot of water on in here, so we are back on in, hopefully without the sound delay, guys. I don't know why it keeps doing that to us. All I can do is just keep restarting and hopefully get it on going. Mars, hello, real Mars, big fan. Hello, how are you? All right, so we got straight out of Paul. Look at this, KC driving right on through. We got Equinox Zero. We got the Chosen over here. We got Reed 8 Gaming right in front of them. And KC's like, yeah, we got a little bit of rush hour traffic on over here. Let's go on, take a scenic tour. And we got Always on Top, Zarin coming right up and over on top of the Golden Eagles. And hey, look at this. Come on over and get that buggy. He's like, all right, let's get it. So now let's go ahead and check in on what else is happening. I think I can still give you guys a little bit more time on what is happening with your teams. If you got a team in here, you guys gotta let me know. Let's see what's happening with Vortex straight across, taking those shots up and over on the Equinox Zero. Zayn getting that knocked right on over. The esports getting those shots up that hill. So Zayn does get knocked, though. We're going to be able to get him picked back up. Lofsy trying to get that, and I don't know why my iPad has decided to restart, guys. So I don't know what. It's just one of those nights, guys. I guess it's just going to be one of those nights. And let me see if I can get back on into this. Don't know what that's all about, so let's see if we can get back into this game. What is happening? What? All right, so let's see. Let's just keep rolling with it, guys. Let's just keep rolling with it. Let's get on up over here to Team Entity. Team Entity right on top of Team Control. Team Control. Star coming right up and over that ridge line. And we are still right on top of almost there. They're right on down below as well. So now let me get that up there. And look at this. What is it? What is all that going on? It looks like Christmas in July. So there you guys go. I think you guys can see where your teams still are. I don't know what's happening over here. And let's get on over to Team Control. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Felis Maneki Season 2 Finals. We have 3 remaining maps, but here are your scores going into Rondo, the leaderboard shuffle match. The Wolves pulling into first with 35 total points. Not so good at 23. The Golden Eagles NA tied with Vatic at 20 total points. And we are on hard start, guys. Let me go ahead and show you that we do, show you that we still, what? Come on. What is happening? There we go. We have everyone just about in their seats. We are still missing Team 18, though. So I don't think we're going to be seeing much of Urza Esports for the rest of this finals day. So looks like Team 13, the Forsaken, we're down a couple of players, and we're also missing one from straight out of Nepal. Alpha 4 Legends, all 4 of them. Nanda Z, hello Nanda Z. He is in the match. We were told that he was stuck in traffic, but he was in that last match. Hopefully he was able to get in there, because when we checked in on him, he was AFK. Burnt Penguin, are we going to have all 4 of them for Alpha 4 Legend playing this match? We do have a trio over here for almost there, though. So now let's go ahead and jump with the Wolves Necessary, coming in with 6 eliminations, 1,188 damage. Whew, that was a lot to say. Alright guys, here we go. The leaderboard shuffle match. Let's find the Wolves and Necessary. Where are they? Right here. Come on. Even my mouse is being sticky tonight, guys. Even my mouse. Alright. Let me find Necessary over here. Still not quite used to this new screen setup. Let's get off that iPad. There we go. There we go. Whew. Alright. So, 20 seconds before our 3rd flight path out of 5 tonight. Headed into Rondo with Necessary. Hopefully the rest of these matches go perfect. Let's go ahead and put that map right on up there. And here we go. Match number 3. We are coming in with a solo flight path. We are coming in at that very western edge, just to the north of Huntong, going all the way across to Maytown, up in that northeast edge. So we're not too far away from the temples, from the Neox factory and the stadium. Not too far away from Mehran. So Mehran is also a hot drop over here in NA. So let's see where most of these teams decide to go ahead and jump. I see quite a few jumping off at that start already. The Wolves already off in there coming down. And I do believe that the Wolves like to go to the temple. Let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit. Yes, the Wolves are headed to the temples, and I do see, I think that's Team 11 upgrade right underneath them with the 7 deadly sins. And look at Funtong. So we also have Funtun. There we go. We got straight out on the paw with the Rest in Peace department. But we're going to stay here with Necessary and see where our first flight, or our first zone is going to be. We are almost to the end of that, and as soon as we get there, I will switch over so that we Necessary. Ooh, Necessary gets found by Upgrade. Upgrade, Havoc, whoa, taking out that last match top fragger. And we have not even finished the flight path. We don't have our first zone popping yet. And the Wolves are down a solo player, or down a player. So now there is our first zone. We do have water down at the end of it. So let me see what is going on. The Neox Factory. We got Alpha 4 Legend over here. Let me go ahead and put them on the side by side. Here you go, Dizzy up top, and let's see what's going on. We do have 90Z. He's already been knocked and eliminated, but this is Rondo. These teams do get some recalls going on. LMN Tricks up to 2 eliminations, pushing up the hill. Wolves Necessary coming in up at the top of the hill, trying to get those shots. They are now doing the pinch play over onto Upgrade. And we still have the Extreme Slayers over here with Alpha 4 Legend in the Neox Factory. Alpha 4 Legend. Dizzy going down at the top of that. We're down to just bones over here now. And Tricks coming right up and in onto Upgrade Fear. Upgrade Fear on the backside of that wall, getting pushed up and in on by 2 of them from the Wolves. The Extreme Slayers still at the top of the test track. Mr. Legend himself is able to get 2 elimination. Baton and Tricks both going down over here. So now let's see. Here comes Necessary coming right on down on top of Upgrade. Kindness. Is this really you, Kindness? Is it really you? Baby Tang in the Pico van coming right up and in. But we've got Havoc, Woe that needs to come back, and Fear still coming up and around. So we do have Necessary pulling away. And he is getting hunted by Fear over on your left side screen. The Extreme Slayers, the final team, taking over the Neox Factory. But the Neox Factory is outside of zone, so they will have to come on in. And we've got the fight over here with Straight Out of Nepal and the Rest in Peace department. KC up to 2 eliminations, and Demon also has an elimination. KC still pushing up onto the Rest in Peace department. Oh! Fear is able to find Necessary. So Necessary gets taken out. And Fear trying to get on down in there, trying to get that elimination. But we do have the 7 deadly sins. Kiddu is coming up right behind him. Look at your mini map up in the upper right hand corner. I will head back to the fights onto that left or that right hand side for you. But let's see what else is happening. We got Baby Tang all the way over by Jatina City, not too far away from Alpha 4 Legend. And now we've got another fight right up in here. Let's go ahead and do this switch over and get this side by side. Fear coming on down. Kindness. Oh, my heart. My heart. Alright, so guys, see what else is happening. We do have Region 8 Gaming in a fight up with the Fearless 4 on your right hand side. YKG in a fight. Trick does have Control right above him, and it looks like Dugaroo is right on top of that, trying to get those shots across the way onto YKG. You can see that fear, or 24K is up on that rooftop. We also have Trick down in this building, and we do have all sorts of other fights going on. Let me see what else is happening. It looks like Raviv is getting ready to get... Oh, Region 8 coming up and around. We got C getting that one ace right on over here. I'm not sure what to call him, but it looks like he's watching as Luxury comes around. Look at YKG trying to put the bench play onto Control. They are taking north, south, east, west. They are just surrounding them. 24K was up on the high ground. And now let's see what else is happening on the rest of this map. So Exceed are coming in not too far away from where Region 8 Cloudy is. The Cloudy's going to have to watch his back because he's got an entire squad getting ready to come right in on top of him. It looks like maybe he might have heard those vehicles, is looking in the right direction for where Exceed are. And now here comes the push from YKG, coming right up and in onto Team Control. Team Control right on in here as well. So let me go ahead and put this on the full screen. Control trying to throw those nades right on in as YKG. YKG coming right up and over the top of that. Not only are they coming in right next door, but we do have YKG up on the hill ridge, also getting the cover across the way. Vatic and the Wolves are now in trouble. So now we are down to just a solo. The Falcon coming out and around into YKG. Let me see if I can find the Wolves. The Wolves are right over here, also in a fight. So now Falcon trying to get... Oh, Trick was down to 1 HP. Trick was happy about that. Let's get on over here to the Wolves. I think the Wolves fight are over now. So now let's see what else is happening. I think the Wolves were in the fight with Vatic, I think is what I read. Alright, so now let's see what else is happening. I'm going to go ahead and put that map screen up there so you guys get an idea of where your teams are, because we still have 18 teams out of 20 in this lobby. They are still here. We have 60 players right now, which could go up if any of these players have more recalls coming in. So let's go. Let's see what else. I don't really see any fights at the moment. Let me figure out. I think that maybe 24K may have some issues to that north side because he's got the Fearless 4 and Region 8 really close. Let me go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit. I'm going to end up cutting off some of these teams, but there you go. I want to make sure you guys can check in to see if your team is still in this. So, and look at that. 24K is right here. Trick is right here, right on top of Rajiv. Rajiv coming up and over was right there on the other side of the hill ridge from YKG. So now let's see what's going on right up here. The Silence have Jay Nepal coming in. Exceed coming in right on top of the Extreme Slayers. So now Russian trying to stop as the Exceed are coming up and over the backside. Look at this, trying to get those shots across onto Wales Kitty. Wales Kitty was down to about half health. Russian down to about 20 as Exceed right up on that ridge line, trying to get those angles down on top of them. And while you guys watch that, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we are set up for the next fight that we can find. I think Region 8 may end up getting into a fight with straight out Nepal down in that southern side. And so now we got Legend right here on this edge of zone. You can see up in that upper right hand corner that we are just on this northern edge, coming up to the Dragon Teeth right here with J Nepal, Exceed, the Silence. They are all coming right up and in right on each and every angle. And our zone is still going to the south. We are still going down to Danching area. So if you look over here, we've got four teams right on top of each other. This is where Legend is in the middle of. He does have Exceed, he does have J Nepal, and the Silence just left the area because they all have to leave and go to the south of where they are. We got Region 8 coming across the bridge right next to where the 7 deadly sins have already set up in the zone. We got Vatic and YKG. No, sorry, we've got Forsaken and YKG right over here in a fight. So let me go ahead and put some side-by-sides up so that we can see what is happening on your screens. Legend not letting Exceed come up and into the zone very easily, but he does have to move into zone as well. We did lose Russian. Hopefully we can get Russian put back up on your screen. And look at this. We're still trying to stop J Nepal from coming right up and in. Fate up to Fate right up on top of this hilltop. They are up to 6 eliminations, but they still have to come on in, and we still have several teams around Fate as well. So now let me see what else is happening. I think for the most part, the 7 deadly sins, they did get taken over by Region 8 Gaming. Region 8 Gaming came across that south bridge. They wrapped around to the south, came up right into the city, into 7 deadly sins, and took over the city. We are up to 5 eliminations on your right hand side for Region 8 Gaming. Alright, so it does look like Region 8 Gaming is not too far away from Team Entity. Let's check in on Team Entity. Team Entity is right between Region 8 Gaming and the Golden Eagles. NA, the Golden Eagles. NA are right up here on top of the hill, looking across the way to the Wolves. The Wolves are not too far away from all this chaos as well, because we are in stage 3, headed into stage 4. Let me go ahead and put that map screen back up there. Show you that we are still going south. We have another donut zone headed to that Rinjang area. Let me scroll in just a little bit. There you go. Now you got your teams. We still have 17 teams in this and 59 players. So we still have all this chaos that's going on, and I hear a lot of shots going. Ooh, Legend. Oh, I'm sorry. Legend went right in to Baton's scope. Baton was right across the way, ready to catch on to him. And now we got almost there that needs to come through the Wolves, and I can't see who he was taking the shot across that. I'm not sure if that was the Wolves across the way or the Golden Eagles NA, because the Wolves are not too far away from almost there 11 on your main screen. And let me go ahead and scroll on in a little bit more. I'll put the map screen back up there. We are in a silent moment, so through this moment of silence, there is your screen. Gives you an idea. We're just north of the river, but we are all the way down on that southern side of the zone. So now you can see that Extreme Slayers are right here, right on top of almost there, down in this edge. And let's see. Yeah, they are outside the zone. I wanted to make sure I said I checked on that before I said it. So all these teams do have to rotate in. And it looks like 11 is ready to take those shots. And he gets a lot of damage right across the way onto the Wolves. But we also have the Golden Eagles NA up on that ridge line as well. Alpha 4 Legend. So Alpha 4 Legend down at this other side also has to come in out of that blue. The blue trying to push him on in right up and into the Wolves. 90Z headed straight towards Baton and Tricks. They are right here in this compound. We do have Upgrade NA coming in right behind them. If you look up in that upper right hand corner, you can see almost there coming right up and in onto Alpha 4 Legend. And we got Upgrade NA right in front of them. We also have we have such a disaster over on this southeast side. Bone Skirt trying to get into the zone in the smoking mobile, but we got upgrade coming in, and all four of them are still in this. Kindness getting those shots right across onto almost there. Kindness breaking my heart. Woo! Kindness back in the Nova days, the NHP days. Big fan, such a big fan. So now let me go ahead and put that map screen back up there, give you an idea. We also have Not So Good in a fight. We've got the Fearless 4 in a fight. You can see that Kindness is digging some holes right here on this far eastern edge, not too far away from the Wolves, who have taken over center zone once again. Straight out on the paw. Wolf is knocked right over here by Team Entity. And now we got Spence trying to stop Team Entity from coming right up and in. Nexus OP right on the backside of this. Nexus OP going down. Entity deep. And now it is up to Ace OP. The last one still standing for Team Entity. And he goes out. No. So now let's go ahead and get back into this and find out what is happening on this northwest corner. We got YKG coming right up and in. Jay Nepal trying to get into the zone. And there goes the Golden Eagles. NA, we're down to just a solo. Let me try to get some side-by-side action on your screen. The General, he got that dip right here by this tree, right on the edge of the zone. But you can see that YKG is pushing right up and into zone. But if you look at the back of what the General has to deal with, he does have so many teams coming up right behind him. Now straight on the paw in a fight with Exceed. Let me see if I can find out where Exceed is. Trick is up to 5 eliminations coming in from this north side. And where is Exceed? I cannot find Exceed. Alright, so now Spence also up to 5 eliminations. Over on the right hand side, we've got the Silence coming in from the western edge, with the Fearless 4 coming in right behind him. And here comes all the Doritos, those emergency cover flares. Spence trying to get those nades right on down onto almost there. K8. Oh, and Trix is able to find straight out in the ball, and now straight out in the ball trying to come on down and in, trying to get him big back up. And we still have 8 teams in this, but now almost there. Has to get up and into the zone as well. He does have a vehicle he's going to be able to drive, but can he drive through the mosquito spray of 556 from every direction? So now let's go ahead and scroll on in one more time. We still have Kindness, Kindness over here, trying to get those shots straight across onto YKG. We got 3 teams. Just like that, we are down to 3 teams. We have YKG coming in. We've got Upgrade. And we've got the Silence. So now the top fragger at the moment is Kindness. Kindness has 5 eliminations. We got 10 total eliminations for Upgrade on the right-hand side of your screen. On the left side, we've got the Silence. They are up to 3 eliminations. And then YKG up to 10 eliminations. Trick watching all of them from the Silence right across the way. The Silence do have to move into zone. Trick is ready for this movement, and we've got Upgrade right there on that eastern edge. Upgrade does not have to move. They have their dips already, and here goes the rotation from the Silence right on out. Just what Trick was waiting for. Ooh, Kindness! Ooh, Kindness was found by Trick. Trick is the last one still standing, but he's out in the blue in the 7th zone. And now he is coming right up and in on by these Silences. Now the Silence are coming in as a trio at the door, trying to drive by, trying to do the seed stop, and trying to get the distraction away from the rest of his team as the rest of his team push in on foot, and it's down to Havoc. Havoc trying to get those shots in there. What an ending. Upgrade coming in first with 14 eliminations. Out of the 14, Havoc Nowo with 7 eliminations out of the 14. Coming in second, the Silence with 5 eliminations. YKG coming in third with 10 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, 19 and 20. Going all out. Upgrade Havoc Nowo, 7 eliminations, 1,412 damage. And so we will be jumping with Upgrade when we come right back for match number 4 of the Felis Maneki Season 2 Finals. Don't forget to get your screenshot over to the Felis Discord. Season 3 unveiling is soon, and you are not gonna want to miss it. Please hit the like and subscribe. Let's get these guys out into the YouTube algorithm so more people can watch these insane players, teams, the skills. Woo, mwah, chef's kiss. Be right back. Find out what is happening with Star and Skittles. We did lose 6666 at some point, but we do have Star, Yushen, and Skittles still trying to get those shots straight across over onto Entity Deep, straight across on top. Vortex is hot tonight. He just got another knock. We just saw that over on the elimination feed, and I'm not sure where that fight is going on, but these two teams, Team Control Star and Entity, Team Entity do need to get on out of there. They need to get on over to the zone. And it looks like Mr. Flash just on that edge of zone coming right, just on the blue, just on that edge of blue. And our zone is a perfect zone. Our donut again, they are still coming up and in. And oh, let's go on down to Equinox Zero. Simple as the last one, still standing, trying to get those shots over onto Zayn. He does find Zayn, and he might be able to get his teammate picked back up. If the rest of Urza, all three of them are down, but we do have someone pushing right up and in. It is Lofsy. The last one still standing over here for Urza. Came right up and in. It's a 1v1 between. Oh, he is down to 1 HP. Urza, Zeus, you had 1 HP. And Lofsy had 1 HP. What? Ooh, that was some CQC Skittles. Alright, let's see what's going on with Star. He's going to try to get up and in, but we are having a hard time getting through. Almost there. And Team Entity, because both of them are right across the way, making sure that they are gatekeeping the rest of them coming up and over. And I think almost there. Let's see it. Whoa, Wolf's got some smoke going on over here. We can't even see him, guys. So now let's see what's going on with the Wiz. Wiz trying to get those shots up the hill, and I don't even hear these shots anymore, so I don't know what is happening with my PC or Discord. Or not Discord, but YouTube. So let's get on over to a different team, find out what is happening with Nexus. Nexus is coming down along this ridge line, coming up and over on top of almost there. Wolf straight on down below. Gets those shots down. And now Team Entity up to 7 eliminations, coming in across from TB. Oh, and Wiz finding Nexus OP. And here comes the rest of Team Entity. So now let's get on over across the way and find out what is happening with 2B now. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. We got Claws over here throwing those nades right up and over, trying to. Ooh, he finds Nexus OP. And now he's got another nade coming right up and over towards Ace and Entity Deep there, straight across the way. And now another nade and another nade. Claws down to his last nade in the smoke. Oh, he gets him. And Claws finds Ace OP. So now Team Entity down to just Deep. Deep trying to hold off the push by 2B announced. And Claws coming right up and over the top of that. Claws with the squad wipe for Claws on the Team Entity. Alright guys, let's go. Let's get back into this match and find out where else we're gonna go, because we still have Region 8 down here with the Felis 4. We got Region 8, 311. Our last match top fragger just getting picked back up, and we do have them coming right up and in onto, oh, the Fearless 4 Viper. So now the Fearless 4, I don't see the Fearless 4 right on over here. I do see the Golden Eagles and a right on top. So let's go. Thought I would check out some games here. Thank you, Butch Kaz. Big fan, Butch Kaz. These teams are hot though, Butch Kaz. They are ready for these finals. They are coming right up and in. Look at this. The Golden Eagles have every direction. They've got, oh, you can see your head right into the nade shack. And so now we do have the rest of Always on Top, not too far away from to be announced, and Region 8 Gaming coming right up onto onto the Golden Eagles and a Home Depot. He just saw you, and look at this, the Nade Shack. Getting those shots from Lofsy. Lofsy right on that side. Home Depot. He was keeping an eye on you, and Home Depot doing the chicken dance. Alright, so that nade hurt. And we still have to be announced coming up on top of that hill. Golden Eagle, small man, up to 11, or up to 4 eliminations as well. So now they are still coming in. And let me scroll that map right on up and in. What? Oh, now it's going to go on out. Ugh. Guys, always something. Always something. Alright, so now let's go. Let's see what we can see from the top. We might lose it for our Rondo match, which would be really sad. But I don't know what's happening with all this tonight. Let me go ahead and give you guys an idea what's going on. We have straight on Nepal and Urza, not too far apart from each other, but straight on Nepal does have this zone. They've got those angles. That is your zone, and the rest of these teams are trying to come on down and in. So let's see. There you guys go. I think you might be able to see some of that. I'm not sure. Let's go. Let me put that iPad up there, give you guys an idea of where everyone is. Look at that chaos going on down in that valley. So now let's get back into this match and find out what else is happening. You can see that Home Depot trying to come right up and in onto Claus. Claus with the MG3. He gets the airdrop. He has level 3 helmet, level 3 vest, and the MG3. Claus of all people, that is terrifying. And we're down to the end of the match. Coming in first to be announced, 9 eliminations for Claus. I think that was 2 full squad wipes in one match, guys. 2 squad wipes, 1 match for Claus. Can we say PMSL hero? Yes, we can. Coming in second. Here comes Zero Skill. Zero Skill running right in front of Asta. Asta getting that nade up and roll. Boops. Boops. Booping Asta over here. So now let's see, what are you guys doing up and over here? Let's get in here. Let's see what Entity are doing. They are up to 3 eliminations. They're coming out and across there trying to get on over. Hello everyone, and welcome back to match number 4. We are headed into Miramar for the Felis Maneki Season 2 Finals, the finale. We are going into the final 2 matches with these scores. Coming in first, the Wolves with 52 total points straight out of Nepal at 32, 1 point away. YKG and Havoc, whoa, your team at 26 total points. I want to see some Havoc. No, what? Get off there. There we go, guys. There we go. My buttons are sticky, LG. There, I'm wondering about what's happening, but here are your results. We haven't started the map yet, but there you go. There it is. Oh my glitches. It's always gonna be something. Always gonna be something. We are headed into match number 4 with Havoc. Whoa, he had 7 eliminations, 1,412 damage. This Havoc, whoa, is Havoc. No, whoa, I'll go, and we're going to get him on our screen ASAP. Alright, let's find upgrade and Havoc. there we go. He is on our screen. And now I'm going to get him over onto the map screen so when we get our flight path, we can jump on in. Alright, we are set and ready. We have screens up. The right screen's up. I don't know why. Don't know why, but we have 40 MS. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Hello, Cat, Maneki, Nico. Yes, make sure you guys get your screenshots over to Felis. They're getting ready to unveil Season 3 secrets. But we have 2 remaining matches of the finals. Let's get that map screen up there and I'll show you where our flight path is. We're coming in just from that eastern edge of Toromunda, up in that northeast side, going all the way down to that southwestern edge of our map. We're going over the between Cruz de Valle water treatment, over the Hacienda del Patron, that eastern edge of San Martin, over the top of Picado, eastern edge of Chumacera, Manos del Valle, down to Manos del Sur. There you go. There are, we are off the plane, so let's go ahead and find out who's jumping right over towards this water treatment area with Havoc. And I believe they're headed down to the Hacienda del Patron. Lost my voice for just a second. And let's find out what's going to happen with the rest of this chaos. Here we go. Coming on down into the Hacienda del Patron right here with the 7 deadly sins. Havoc with the knife out, trying to get him with that knife. Havoc, Havoc getting him with that knife. Our last match, top fragger with the knife, finding a gun, taking out Sam OP. So now we still have not got our first zone. The plane just now leaving that plane path. And our first zone is popping. We should be going to... Come on. There it is. Picado. Center zone. So now let's get into these fights and find out what else is happening. We'll stay here for just a minute with Havoc and find out where our other fights are. I see YKG right over here in a fight way up in... let's get the right screen. La Cabarria. And ooh, we're right here with Team 10 Alpha 4 Legends. And we also have the Fearless 4 over there as well. So now, Fate trying to get those nades up in order, but he is down to about 5 HP. Fate with no vest. Ooh, Havoc again. Up to 3 eliminations. They just cleared the 7 deadly sins out. Benny Wall. Trick taking out Boone. And 24K taking out Bones for Alpha 4 Legend. Right up and in onto, let's see, Alpha 4 Legend. We're down to just a duo. So let me put some Alpha 4 Legend over on that other screen. So now let me see where else our fights may be. No double teams over in Valle del Mar. We do have a team down in Partona. It looks like the Golden Eagles NA take it over to Macera. The Silence in their Picado spots. The Wolves. Let me check in on the Wolves because it does look like they got a team over here. Jade Nabal. No. So now Dizzy is the last one still standing. As YKG are pushing right up and in on the Alpha 4 Legend. You can see that Dizzy is down to 5 HP. And so, Baton on your right side, we got Dizzy. Or Baton on your left side, we got Dizzy on your right side. Dizzy coming up and around, trying to get some of those shots over onto YKG. But he is now a solo. It looks like we've either lost 90Z or his AFK. But we got Baton coming right up and in onto J Nepal. J Nepal down to just a duo over here. Two of them are knocked. One of them down to about 5 HP. And I think that Stewart that's down to 5 HP. Looks like we're going to be able to get all 4 of the wolves picked back up. Necessary coming in from the cliffs up at the oil tanker. So now let's get on over. Spidey! I found you, Spidey. Spidey is the last one still standing. Oh, Spidey is so high. He's on fire. He's down to about 20 HP. And here comes the wolves from every direction. I'm sorry, Spidey. Alright, so let's get this map back up there. Actually, let me see what's happening. Yes, here comes the Fearless 4 right up and over. Right on to Team Entity. We're going to go ahead and switch over to this fight. Find out what's going on with Team Entity. And I'm going to put the map screen up there so you guys can check in on your teams. We are already down to 16 teams. Team Entity did lose hope, but now here comes Deep. Deep right on over here, right on top of the Fearless 4. Deep creeping right up and over. Ooh! Oh, and he sprays him right out of that. That was Magar. He did right on out, and then there's the full switch right up over onto Luxury. He does get quite a bit of damage, and now Nexus OP. Nexus OP driving right up and behind him. Luxury getting down off that cliffside. So now, oh, Nexus OP. But now, Deep, look at this. They are still pushing right up and over. It looked like Ace is getting ready to do that seat swap. We got Luxury on this backside. Luxury is down to about 5 HP. Look at that. He's trying to find him, and there he goes. And he's going to be able to get Nexus picked back. Oh, geez. Let me go ahead and put that map screen back up there. And I'm going to go ahead and find out where our next fight is going to be. We do have team control right on over here. It looks like he had the team going right up and around us. The Extreme Slayers. Tuguru is a solo over onto this side. No, he does have another player over here with him, so he is not alone. But he does have the Extreme Slayers not too far. He is alone. He is all the way over here with the Extreme Slayers just circling right around him, straight out of Nepal. Also in a fight over here with almost there. Getting into these positions. Look at this. It looks like a couple of them taking over the cliffs where Wolf usually is. KC's been taken out. KC did get an elimination, but is Wolf. Look at this. Spence is right up and over. Also trying to figure out where Almost is. Right up on that ridge line. We still have 1 minute remaining of stage 1, but we do have Havoc. We gotta go over and check in on Havoc because that last match top fragger is right over here, also in a fight. Let's make sure we don't miss the graveyard fight, and I think that was Team 15. And I see another team, the Extreme Slayers, not too far away from control as well. It looks like most of these teams have pulled away from this graveyard area. Havoc moving on back into the graveyard. Getting ready to do his donations. Alright, our zone's getting ready to pop. So let me go ahead and put that map screen back up there so we can all see where our next zone is going to be. And there you go. Zone number 2. Still going around those the Picado area, but more to the south of Picado for center zone area. And now straight out Nepal is out in the blue, but they are still in the fight with Almost There. Almost There has shifted around and gone more to that east or to the west, so they may be headed off into zone now. So let me see what else is happening. The Golden Eagles NA right over here in a fight with Team Control, and they also have the Silent Esports coming out of Picado, coming to get into the fight up on this Picado ridgeline. Try out getting sprayed down by that 556 net storm. And now Tougaroo and Control right across the way. And you can see in the upper right-hand corner that we have the Silence getting over into that zone. Tougaroo straight across on the other side of the General. Oh, let's get on over to the General. Nightcroy! Nightcroy over here with the mortar trying to get those knocks. He does get a knock over onto one of them. Let me see if I can find Nightcroy right on over here. Is he still? No, they are pushing right up and in onto the backside of the Golden Eagles NA. Let me see if I can get some side by side. Here you go. The General coming up and over this ridge line. And look at that right there in front of the General. The General taking those shots. Sakura up to 3 eliminations over on the other side. Nightcroy with that mortar shelling right on top of the Golden Eagles NA. So now the General trying to get some information. He's got Amphitor, and right across from him, he's also got Nightcroy. Let me see what the Amphitor trying to throw those nails. Oh, Amphitor gets found. So now let's go back to someone else over here and find out what's happening. We got the General still coming up and over and getting some of those knocks with the S12, but the General has 1 HP. He does not care that he has 1 HP. He is still in the middle of this fight. Nightcroy is the last one still standing for the Silence, as the Silence did push up the hill right behind the Golden Eagles, and a problem has been knocked. Sakura up to 3 eliminations. So now look at this. General does get Nightcroy. They're both down to 1 HP. The General throwing those nades right up and over, and the General does finish that fight. We're going to be able to get them picked back up. Alright, let us see what else is happening. It looks like the Wolves have someone knocked right on over here. Baton and Necessary are the last 2 still standing for the Wolves as they are coming up and around. But we got the Golden Eagles over on the left-hand screen, up to 7 eliminations now. Let's see where else. And we do have Not So Good Games is able to take out LMN Tricks. And so now let's see what else we can see. I think I'm going to go ahead and switch on over. It does look like, let's check in over here and go ahead and put that map screen back up there as Baby Tang in the Golden Murano, and Baby Tang was coming right up and in onto 2 different teams. So our zone's getting ready to pop. We just have a few seconds left, and we did come up and in onto Straight Out of Nepal, and Almost There. G9 is the only one I see over here, but he is straight across from Baby Tang. And Region 8 Cloudy. Region 8 Cloudy is also peeking his head up over the other side of this cliff, trying to get some angles. And this is where all that chaos is just taking place, not too far away from that. Here goes our next zone. And we are headed down to that Western Leones industrial side. So now let's get back into the action, guys. Let me know if you have a team in here that you want to check in on. I'm going to go ahead and do a side-by-side as we do have Exceed coming right up and in from this northern edge right down into several teams that are trying to gatekeep these teams from coming in. So now it looks like Wales is going to be able to wrap around most of the teams over there. So now let me go ahead and put that map screen back up there so you can see these teams that are doing the edge sweeps. You can see where the teams are coming in right on top of each other. So this northwest edge is extremely busy. So let's get on over to Vatic Blaze. Let's go ahead and give him some screen time, guys, as they are coming right up and in on this northwest side, right up and in onto Not So Good Games and the Extreme Slayers. We have 3 teams outside of zone doing their edge sweeps, coming into zone on this northwest edge. Blaze almost taking him right on out of that vehicle. And we do have Not So Good Games in a fight on the other side with the Extreme Slayers. But here comes the Exfoliator, the Sandstorm, to cover these teams as they're trying to get into the zone. Let me get some rush. Oh, we are down to just Winter for the Extreme Slayers. The Extreme Slayers coming through Not So Good Games and Vatic, down to just Winter. Winter's right over here underneath all this, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get any of his teammates picked back up. You can see that Not So Good right across. Right over here is Kidu. Kidu is trying to come up on the other side of Winter. We can almost see all the angles from these teams from Blaze's perspective, and Kidu trying to get those shots across onto Blaze. And now the rest of Vatic leaving Blaze right here as Blaze is trying to push them out, putting all that pressure onto the Extreme Slayers and Not So Good Games, trying to pressurize them coming in on this northwest edge. Let's go ahead and go back to the map screen, let you guys find out where your teams are. This western industrial edge is really heating up now. We do have several teams right over here. We've got Team 16 almost there. We got Team 7, Team Control. We got Straight Outta Nepal right over here as well. And the Golden Eagles NA. We got Upgrade over here. All these teams over here already setting up in this western industrial side of Leones, down in all the barns and the warehouses. So now our zone does pop again, and we are still going to these western industrial edges. Let me put this map screen up there. There you go. You can see that we are all right in here. And now the hot spot coming in is the southeast side. The southeast side has at least 4 teams outside in that southern Leones area. I see teams like Team Entity wrapping just to the south side of Region 8 Gaming. And we also have Exceed right at the top. So let's go ahead and get some side-by-side action because it is heating up going into stage 5. So let's head on over and towards that other side. See if we can find out what's happening right on down here as Exceed are pushing right on in Wales Jr. coming right on through with some S12 sandwiches just flying into his window. But he said, no, I'm on diet. We do have upgrade just up that hilltop from Exceed Wales Jr. He is a solo holding down this gray. So let's go. Let's see what else is happening. Winter right up over here in a fight. He's on fire. He goes out to XP3. XP3 Vatic. Oh, taking out the solo from the extremes layers, and it looks like they're gonna wrap around and come in from that northern edge. And the northern edge is decent because there's no teams up there. They can come into zone, reset, get everything right back on in. Look at all the buildings that they can even loot if they want to. Ooh, XP3, did you just see that we got Baby Tang and Kindness right over on top of you? Not so good games over on this western edge, way outside his zone, trying to get those shots just on that blue zone edge. But Vatic is going to do their sweeps, and they may end up right on top of not so good games. Lux, if Vatic wraps around to the western edge, they're going to run into not so good. They're going to run into the Rust in Peace Department. Now, let's see what else is happening. It looks like C over here trying to get those shots on a Zumba. The Zumba of the Wolves. And I believe that was Batoni who was trying to get those shots on. And now he's trying to get the shots across the way onto Team Entity. Vatic did come up and around. And the Rust in Peace Department gets into the third party. XP3 getting found by the Rust and Peace Department, but we also have Nexus OB smelling those melons getting mashed in the helmets, boys. So now we do have the Rust and Peace Department up on that ridgeline with their backs wide open to the Team Entity. Nexus OB pointing them all out while the rest of his team are already anchored in the western edge waiting for the Rust and Peace Department and Vatic to make their move into zone. So now what else is happening? We do have the Forsaken coming in. We've got, look at Region 8 over on the right-hand side. Region 8 taking over this whole southern side of zone. They have control. They can see where all the teams are right in front of them. Exceed Wales Jr. taking down Kindness from Upgrade, and now we gotta fight. Ooh, Nexus Blaze going down over here to Nexus OB. There goes Salty, and I saw Ace OB also. Oh, who just got you? That was Region 8 Cloudy. And now Salty should be able to get picked back up by XP3 with all this chaos that's happening up in this northwest corner. We still have the Rust and Peace Department straight out of Nepal. XP3 down to about 5 HP. And down at the southern side, we do have Region 8 still in control of the southern side, straight out of Nepal, taking over the northern side, not too far away from almost there. So now we still have 7 teams, but we are in Zone 6. So let me go ahead and put this map right on up there so you can see where we're going. XP3 getting found, so now Salty just got res, and Salty should be able to get XP3 pick back up. Let's get back into these fights, guys. Let's find out what is happening right on down onto this side as Region 8 down to just Cloudy now. Cloudy is coming right up and in onto the Golden Eagles NA, and here comes the Forsaken. Fred's in the seat swap coming right up and over. The General is the last one still standing for the Golden Eagles NA. And you can see Cloudy on the other side trying to throw those nades right up and across. We're down to the top 4 teams. The General right here in the blue zone, losing all that health because we are in zone 7. And now let's see what else is happening. Let's check in on Wolf. Wolf from straight out of Nepal. He's up to 3 eliminations. He's not too far away from the General, but the General is going to have to push right across, not too far away from almost there. We are down to the top 3 teams. We have almost there, straight out of Nepal. And the Golden Eagles NA. So G9 from almost there up to 2 eliminations. I hear all sorts of chaos going off over here, and I'm not sure if somebody's got the mortar, but we got straight out of Nepal. You can see on your right hand side, straight out of Nepal, taking over the north and south side. We do have a lot of chaos. Who is doing all this chaos? Let me check. Let me see what else we can see. Let's just scroll on through and find out what's happening. The problem coming right up and in with 4 eliminations. We still have 7 players, 3 teams. We got a 2v3 G9 able to get the last that was spent, coming right up and in. Look at this. He's trying to get those shots straight across. The problem going out. G9 versus straight out of Nepal. Wolf. They are both down to about 5 HP. People, we have got a 1v1 coming in for this final Miramar match of the Felis Maneki finals. And there it goes. Side by side, we got almost there, coming in first. G9 with 5 of the 5 eliminations. Straight out of Nepal coming in second with 10 eliminations. And the Golden Eagles NA coming in third with 9 eliminations. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15. It is so sticky. Can you guys see it jumping? 16 through 18, 19 and 20. Going all out, almost there. G9, 5 eliminations, 756 damage. So for tonight's final match, we're going to be jumping with almost there. G9 headed into Erangel. This is the Maneki Finals Season 2 for Felis. Make sure you get your screenshots over into their Discord server. We'll be doing the Wheel of Names right after tonight's final match, which is coming right up. They may shut down that giveaway channel. Get your screenshot over in there. And don't forget, the unveiling of Season 3 is almost here. So much happening, but we will be right back. Over there, I thought you deleted my message before you see it. I didn't delete anything. Alright, so now let's see. It looks like Team Entity getting ready to get up onto this rooftop, trying to get in onto this third party between Equinox and the Chosen. You can see the Chosen. Oh, body going down. Body. Let's see what's going on. Rennie Mitch Mohammed, you are really good, my GGs. Rennie Mitch OPOP. And look at this. Boops is up to 4 elimination. Rennie Mitch OPOP. Thank you, Rennie Mitch. And we do have Deep taking those shots from the top and Deep getting taken down. Nexus Hello. Ace OP coming up on top of this rooftop, trying to get these angles and trying to figure out where they are, because the rest, oh, that nade! What a nade, right up and over like he heard him coming up those stairs. Ace OP. So now Mr. Flash and Nexus back in this, but we got some issues over here with Boops. Boops is mad. Boops is up to 5 eliminations, guys. And now, over here, let's see what's going on, because we know that we had the fight going on over here. Let's see what's happening. As Team Control coming up onto the ex-prisoner. Samar trying to get, ooh, and it flushed down that toilet. Scarlet up to 3 eliminations. Gee, Scarlet, you go. All right, let's see what else is happening, guys. I'm doing this with my pleasure, by the way. Love you all, gorgeous family. Thank you, Mohammed OP. Mohammed is OP. All right, so now let's see. We do have Region 8 going up and around. Let's see. To be announced. Salty is in a fight. Salty, where are you fighting? It is so hard for me to pay attention to where these teams are. Ooh, where are you guys fighting? Where? Looks like Urs is getting ready to get in a fight. We're just going to come on down here. Make it easy on myself, because they are coming right up and over on top of, let's see. It is Team 19 New Stars, and they drove right on past. And so now let's go ahead and get on over here with Team Control. And almost there. We still have Bear coming in on that drop, but you can see that we've got Team Control all the way up and around those edges. It is Team Control Star. Let's get on over here and find out what is happening. Star wrapping around, trying to get that off angle over onto almost there. we got a parking lot, guys. We got a parking lot right in front of almost there. Let's see what's going on with almost there, Bear. Alright, so let me see if I can find us another. Let me put that map screen up there before we lose the iPad completely. And I think I can scroll in just a little bit, guys, and maybe up. There you go. Alright, we got the Fearless 4. Let's go check in on the Fearless 4 over here. Fearless 4 coming right up and in onto Team Control. Ooh, Juice. You're getting kind of close, Juice. You're getting kind of close. Juice just getting on that other side of the ridgeline, away from Team Control. So Team Control not able to get those shots over onto Juice. Juice doing just fine, but getting the off angle now over onto Team Control. Team Control are down in that compound. So now we'll just stay here for just a second while I check in on our map. See if we can figure out where all these teams are fighting, because I keep seeing it all in the elimination feed, but cannot catch up with these teams at all. Alright, so now let's see. Almost there in Region 8 Gaming. Where is this going on? Almost there in Region 8. Oh, they're right on down here. Let's check in on this fight going on between almost there, Region 8. Region 8, what is happening with 311? Oh, I'm sorry. So now, let's see what's happening with Nish. Nish is getting ready to get that recall going. He got the recall, and now here they all come on the plane. The plane is bringing them on back. And so, let's see. I found to be announced. There they are. Let me check in on to be announced. Hello, Claus. Claus has been sharpened tonight for sure. So now, let's see what else is going on with the rest of all this. Region 8 in that fight again. Look at this. They are still in the fight. And almost there, getting taken down and out. And we got the judge. The judge also trying to get those shots over onto Region 8 straight across. And there goes Blaze. There goes Salty. They are on their way over there. The judge still trying to get those shots over onto Region 8. You can see that Region 8 is separating out, trying to get out of the judges. The judge is running out of 5, 5, 6, and they do have Team 7 coming up right behind them. The Boba Lovers and Claus. You know, Claus is going to stick his nose over here to find out what is happening with Region 8. Right on, going to go through. Oh! He runs over, gets the tire splatter, and he does get taken right on out of that car by Region 8. Region 8 over here, down to just a... Oh, and he gets found by Golden Eagles. N.A. Shu Young and the boys. Shu Young up to 5 eliminations. Bob up to 2 eliminations. The small man coming up and around. Look at this. These sharks can smell blood a mile away. And 3-1-1 up on that ridge line, down to about 5 HP. They're trying to put him in the car. And look at that, Shu Young. Shu Young taking him right on out of that car. He says, no, that was my knock. That was mine fair and square. So now let's see what else is happening, guys. Let me check in on this chaos called Rondo, because we got straight out of Nepal coming right up and through between all these teams over here. Look at that. We have 2B announced straight across, so they're coming up behind where straight. Hello everyone, and welcome back to tonight's final match. We are headed into Erangel. This is match number 5 of the Felis Maneki final season 2 here. Are your scores. The Wolves coming in with 57 total points straight out of Nepal, moving up into second. The Golden Eagles NA in third. YKG and Upgrade almost there, all in the 30s. We have seen repeatedly at least 20 bombs coming out of Erangel. So any of these teams could move up into the top 3 where these prize pools, where they can make some extra pocket change. This is a $300 tournament. We got almost there. G9 5 elimination, 756 damage. So now let's go down and find G9. Almost there. Here he is on your screen. Let me get him on the map screen. All the way down in 16. And it looks like they're coming in. Almost there. Coming in as a trio. Don't forget to get your screenshots of Maneki Nico. Get him over into the Felis Discord so that you can get your name on tonight's Wheel of Names and you can be there for the unveiling, the secrets of Season 3. Here we go. Our flight path, we're coming in from that northern shoreline just to the northeast or southwest. I only have 4 coordinates, so I get there, boys. northwest side of the shooting range, going down right between Razak and Yasnaya, going over that volcano area, going down across the mansion, the prison, to that northern edge of the Milta Power Peninsula. We may have some chicken nuggies if there are any AFKs, but we'll have to see what happens. That is Extreme Slayer territory over in that area, and we may find some extra points there. Looks like we've got some chaos going on over towards this North George area. I see Vatic and the 7 Deadly Sins. Looks like they may be dropping right on top of each other. And we also have right up in Severny, we've got Region 8 dropping onto the Fearless 4. And I see YKG Fate not too far off in that distance as well. It does look like J Nepal, straight out of Nepal, and the Golden Eagles NA all headed down towards this Milta area. We got Exceed with the Wolves going to the farm area. So now let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We have 3 teams up in Yasnaya, and our very first zone is all the way up in that northeast edge. And somehow I got onto KC, but G9, I will try to find you. Let's see what's happening. We got Alpha 4 Legend already in a fight as well. Let's see if I can find Alpha 4 Legend. Let's go ahead and get some side-by-side action, because we've got action going off. A Wolf was able to get a knock onto 1. And we've got the Golden Eagles Sakura coming up and right behind KC. KC trying to get across over towards J Nepal. And we did lose Spence over there. Spidey and Shadowcate, the last 2, still standing for J Nepal. And Wales Jr. right on top of the Wolves over on the right-hand side. So, no mercy. Big fan, no mercy. Big fan. And Vatic is now in a fight with the 7 Deadly Sins right up in that North George area. We've also got the fight between Region 8 Howa going down to Cloudy over in Severny. And so we've got Wales eating that Ned. Let's check in on Wales Kitty. Wales Kitty not too far away. I think Wales Kitty should be able to survive that. So now let's get on over here and find out what's going on with Vatic. Vatic, Salty, and Blaze both up to an elimination. There are only 2 left for the 7 Deadly, since we also have the chaos that is happening right up over here with Region 8 Gaming. And I did not click on somebody, so let me try that again. Region 8 Gaming and the Fearless 4, Cloudy with the squad wipe. There it is. I'm so sorry, Cloudy, that I missed your squad wipe, but I see you. I see you with those 4 eliminations over onto the Fearless 4. GG, Cloudy. Alright, so Region 8 taking those for Severny, and they don't have to move anywhere. They do not have to move out because Severny is in zone. Alpha 4 Legend also in a fight with the RIP department, and there goes 90Z. Burt Penguin, what's happening with Alpha 4 Legend tonight? And it does look like we are wrapping out and around. I don't know where Fear is going, but we had the Extreme Slayers not too far away from Pachinki. Look at this. The Extreme Slayers are coming in onto this north side. The Extreme Slayers are down to Winter and CY. Winter up on top of the church trying to get those sight lines. So now let's go ahead and find out what's happening. I don't know what is happening on my screen. My screens are being weird tonight, guys. Alright, so now let's go. Oh, Fear. Fear is wrapping around. He knows the Extreme Slayers are up here. But the Extreme Slayers are only a duo. And Winter, where he is in Pachinki, is not in zone. That's how far northwest. Oh, Fear! Fear is getting Winter down to about 10 HP. And so now let's go and find out. It does look like Vatic. All four of them are back up onto their feet. The 7 deadly sins in their pocket. Alright, they also have Not So Good Game setting up right around them. It looks like Not So Good Game is trying to get some, maybe, Blinky up on that edge and Killer coming in on the backside. I'm not sure if they're getting ready for a trap play onto Vatic, but it does look like Vatic is headed right up and in. And it does look like maybe they know that there are teams right up on top of them. Claws in XP3 right there in the sight of Blinky. Blinky is 100% getting a trap play set up. And now, let's see what else is happening. We got Almost There and YKG right over here in a fight. G9, the last match, top fragger. I'm so sorry, G9. G9, the last match, top fragger. Team Control, YKG, Almost There right over in this compound. I'm sorry, Burnt Penguin. They got into an early fight. I'm sorry, Burnt Penguin. Alright, so it looks like Team Control trying to get their teammates picked back up, but YKG just down to a duo now. 24K taken down, and Trick only has 2 HP. So Team Control taking over Vatic in this last match. Team Control, all 4 of them still standing. And it looks like Vatic was ready for the trap play that Not So Good Games was trying to set up on those hill ridges. Trying to get them. And Blaze, I just saw on that elimination feed, Blaze does get knocked. Trick trying to get some more angles right over onto Team Control. So did Not So Good Games. I think Not So Good Games might have taken out Vatic in that trap play. Claws! Alright, so now we are down to the top 12 teams. Let's see what else is going on. We already know that Trick is over here with Control. So I'm going to go ahead and put this map screen back up. Give you guys an idea because we are going into stage 2 now. So there's your map screen, guys. Let me get off a Trick. Let him get on out of there. We do have another trap coming right up and in as the Golden Eagles NA are coming right up into the wolf farm area. Wolves are right there. You can see them. Necessary right in front of them, and we are still going around the volcano area. The OP dip also has a couple of teams right on over here. Let's see if we can find out what's happening. Here they come, the Golden Eagles pushing right up and in onto the wolves. So now the wolves, Baton is coming up and in, and I think Baton may be one of the last ones still standing. It is Baton and Slonik. They are right over on this ridge as the Golden Eagles came in and took down Necessary. And I just saw a fight right on over here. I'm sorry, Extreme Slayers. I missed your fight over on this edge. So now we also have Not So Good Games now coming right up and in onto Region 8 Gaming. Lux getting taken down. We got Kiddo and Blinky right up on this ridge line. And here comes Region 8. And they get sprayed out by Blinky and Cloudy. Kiddo goes down. Lux goes down. Blinky is getting shot in the back from Home Depot, getting up onto that ridge line. Woo, the water boy. So let's see. Oh, let me get off of him. The killer is the last one still standing over here for not so good. And it does look like Home Depot is starting to push right on down. We are right over here in the gas station to the north side of Rozhok. And let's check in over here on the Rest in Peace Department. The Rest in Region 8 coming right up and in and taking over this gas station. But now let's go ahead and find out what's happening on the other side of this map, right over here on that eastern edge of Yasnaya. So the Rest in Peace Department right over here with Upgrade NA. Upgrade NA. Let me get some Havoc. No, I'll go on your screen as here comes Rest in Peace Department as they're wrapping right around trying to get some of these angles way over on this eastern side of Yasnaya. And it does look like Zaza stopping, and we might be able to get a side-by-side as Havoc coming right up on that ridge line. And Zaza Noob trying to get on out of there. You can see that Upgrade also trying to push and pressure them further and further to that east. Fear getting into the car and following them, trying to figure out where they are headed as they move further into center area of the zone. So now let's see what else is happening that I can tell you about. I do think that we're gonna have the Golden Eagles right over here getting into a fight with the Team 13, the Forsaken. There's Forsaken coming right in front of the General and Tryout General right there on your screen. And now we are over here in Heaven. Looks like Upgrade just making sure that Heaven is secure. Alright, let's go ahead and scroll on in. We are already down to 9 teams in the zone. And at the moment, we can go ahead and put this map screen right on up there. There you go, guys. We do only have a couple of seconds left of this match, or of this zone. So now let's see what's happening. As here they come right up and in. The Golden Eagles trying to get in onto some of the Forsaken. Silent trying to get on out of there in the smoking mobile. Oh, the General coming right up and over. The Water Boy not too far away. Jeed, they are coming right up around you over here at the Alamo. And here comes some nades coming right up. Vatic, what was that ass? Marl wants to know, how did you get stuck in that trap? The Water Boy going out to the problem and Sakura, the last two still standing for the Golden Eagles NA. But as you can see, they are now getting surrounded by the Extreme Slayer. Sakura's able to see Winter coming right up and in on top of them. And our zone has shifted again. We are headed over towards the Yasnaya fields. We do have from Yasnaya all the way down to the OP dip. Sakura trying to get some of those shots, trying to hold off the Extreme Slayers. The Extreme Slayers down to just CY and that drop shot. But now, here comes another team straight out of Nepal, straight out of Nepal. Wolf trying to get into this as well. Let me put this map screen back up there because we are only in stage 3, but we are down to the final 7 teams. There are only 7 teams remaining in this. We do have the Region 8 coming up not too far away from Upgrade. You can see that Havoc No Woe is right over here. And Region 8 is able to get a knock over onto someone. We do have YKG still in it. We've got Golden Eagles NA still in it. The Wolves are still in it all the way down by the prison. The Wolves just up in those prison hills trying to remain alive. So there you go. I think you guys can see everything. There you go. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get back into this because we only have 16 players remaining. Cloudy may be able to see Havoc's head from the station over in Yasnaya, the very far east edge of Yasnaya. Hello, the Beast, Thunder Beast, Hitman, Maneki, Nico. Good luck tonight, Hitman. I hope you get that. Alright, so now we still have 7 teams. We still have 15 players in it, but we just lost another player for Rest in Peace coming in right next to Region 8. And now look at this. We do have one of them from Region 8 trying to sneak up and around and figure out where Upgrade are. That's the wrong screen. There you go. Upgrade, not too far away from where you can see coming right up and I don't know how to read these names. It looks like they're getting ready to drive right up and in, but look at this. We got Cloudy up on that rooftop, up to 5 eliminations. Havoc, whoa, still trying to get those shots, and we got the Rest in Peace. Look at that. We just saw the launch of a mortar from Zorro. With the mortar trying to get those shots over onto Region 8. Region 8 is now trying to come up and around over towards Zorro. And we still have Havoc right on that backside. So now let's go. Let's go back over to Havoc and find out what he is doing. Oh, he went back up towards heaven. So they're moving. You can see that we are still over here by Yasnaya and the mansion area. So all these teams are trying to come right up and in, and look on down here. It looks like we got straight out of Nepal hunting the wolves, Slonek. So now let's see what else is happening. We still have one over here that's also hunting the solo from the Rest in Peace department. All is straight out of Nepal except for Spence. We did lose Spence earlier in these fights tonight, but straight out of Nepal does not want the wolves to continue on. They want to be able to stop the wolves from gaining any points, and at this point the wolves are making placement points. The wolves, Slonek has 2 points already. The wolves were able to make 4 eliminations, but now Slonek does need to come on out. We do have the Golden Eagle Sakura also over here. The Golden Eagle, it looks like straight out of Nepal is headed right up and over as well. And it does look like the wolves are going to have to run into zone from the south side. So now let's see what else is happening. YKG Trick! Ooh, Trick is right on over here, and he's getting pulled up on by all of them from Region 8. Trick trying to get on out of that as well. And now the Golden Eagle Sakura. There goes Trick. Trick is out. We're down to down 6 teams, guys. 6 teams. And our zone is getting ready to pop again. We're starting to get ready to go. There it goes. It popped, and we're going to that far east side of Yasnaya, up into these these flatlands, not the mountains. There we go. And we do still have 6. I don't know how we still have 6 teams. Let me see. We've got Upgrade, straight out of Nepal, and the Golden Eagles NA at the south. Rest in peace. And Region 8. Where is the final player? I think my screen do be tripping. Alright, so now let's see. Let's go ahead and check in on what Fear is doing, guys. Let's go. Let's find out what's going to happen next. It does look like straight out of Nepal is waiting for the teams to come out. Straight out of Nepal in the edge sweep, trying to wait out Sakura, trying to come out of the Alamo. We still have Havoc Woe also trying to come up over towards straight out of Nepal. Havoc Woe is right across the street. But we've got Region 8 now pushing up onto Fear as well. So now, let's go. Let's see what else is going to happen. Because I don't think the Golden Eagles NA Sakura is going to be able to last that much longer. We're down top 5 teams now, guys. 5 remaining teams. And now Fear trying to get those shots straight across over onto Region 8 Gaming. Region 8 Gaming taking over this northern side, but we still have that solo player from Rest in Peace Department. He is still over in that 1 stack. Sakura is coming out as straight out of Nepal did end up going. So now let's see what's happening on the other side. Is straight out of Nepal is also coming right up and in over by that over on that far western edge. And Havoc Woe was able to take straight out of Nepal's Wolf out of that buggy. Sakura coming right up and in right behind Upgrade. Not the greatest place to come right up and in. Kindness is now getting picked back up. Let's go ahead and check in on Cloudy. Cloudy has not had to move. Cloudy is still right there on that station in East Yasnaya, but now he's got to move because the blue zone is starting to push him on in. He's got less than a minute to get into all this chaos right on over here. Look at this. We got free chicken nuggets for Fear coming right up in onto straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal is down. We're down now to the top 3 teams. We have Region 8 Upgrade and that solo from the Rest in Peace Department that's been hanging out and avoiding the chaos because Trick, don't forget, Trick was also over in that 1 stack. I don't know how they didn't find the Rest in Peace Department Zoro, but I see Zoro, his health is going down, and it does look like they are finding him. And now here it is, guys, the final 2 teams for the Maneki Season 2 final match. Here it is. Upgrade versus the Region 8 Gaming. We are closing in. Cloudy right there in front of Fear. And Fear down to about half health. Home Depot coming right up and in and able to get that knock. We got Havoc Woe right across the way. Cloudy has been knocked. We're down to just a duo for Region 8 Gaming. What chaos. It is just up to Havoc Woe and Baby Tang. Havoc Woe. Havoc Woe. Oh, with the seat swap. first with 11 eliminations, 10 placement, 21 total points. I told you guys we always see at least 20 to 30 points in shuffling up the final match. Here it is, 21 total points for this final Erangel match. Region 8 Gaming coming in second with 11 eliminations also. And the rest in Beast Department coming in third with 7 eliminations. Zoro making it as a solo in that one stack east of Yasnaya through YKG, through Upgrade, through Region 8 Gaming. He was able to stay alive. Shout out to Zoro for his ability there. They came in with 7 eliminations. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15. 16 through 18, and 19, going all out for the second time to Night Havoc. No, whoa, 6 eliminations, 738 damage. Guys, I will be right back with the final unofficial scores. Let's not forget, these teams do have a chance to dispute any of the points in case there are errors. There we go. So we will have the unofficial live scores and the Wheel of Names. Shout out one more time to the Felis Discord server, the incredibly gorgeous Phoebe, and the rest of the staff over there. I shout out to them. Please hit the like. Get this out into the YouTube algorithm so people can see these insane teams, these incredible players, these fights so hot, and the Felis Discord server. I will be right back with all that. Are behind where to be announced are over in all this chaos. So they are right there, but to be announced still right over here with Team Entity. Now Team Entity coming up and around on Salty over in this compound, but Blaze just went blazing on by. We do have Team Entity over here not too far away from Region 8 Gaming. We saw Region 8 Gaming down on that other side. And the Boba Lovers here, all the lovers trying to get those shots over onto Mr. Flash. And look at this chaos right on down below. We got Calicar, the artiste. What are you doing, Mr. Plumber? He is trying to get those shots right up and over onto New Star. But New Star watching Equinox Zero. Equinox Zero going up on top of this ridgeline, trying to stay out of the sprays. The sprays are coming in every direction, and they're getting pushed right on over towards the Golden Eagles NA. So now let's go. Let's see what's happening with Boops. We saw Boops over at that Neox factory just taking names and numbers. Up to 5 eliminations to be announced. Still in that fight with Team Entity. Let's get on over. Welcome back, everyone. Shout out to Felis. Not only do we have the Wheel of Name list, but we have the scores. So now, shout out to each and every one of you. How many? Let's see. 65 entries. Let me do the shuffle. Shuffle number 1, shuffle number 2, shuffle number 3. Good luck, each and every one of you. Thank you for coming out and supporting these teams, these players, Felis and me, and the Wrong Tiger. Congratulations on winning tonight's UC giveaway. Just get over to the Felis Discord server, open a ticket, tell them that you won tonight's UC giveaway. Give them your user ID and they will deposit some nice UC into your account. Now, are you guys ready to see tonight's final unofficial live scores? Coming in first, the Wolves with 63 total points. Straight out of Nepal at 55. Upgrade at 54. Geez, there it is. That was the final match. These are the final unofficial scores for the Felis Maneki Season 2 finale. Make sure you stay in that Discord server. Season 3, I've heard the secret unveiling is going to be hot. Don't miss it. Thank you everyone for coming out and supporting these teams, these players, the Felis Discord server, and me. We all truly appreciate your support. Have a great night. Stay safe, and I will see you soon. Good night, everyone. I love ya.